like kind of lay the foundation for you being a very passionate music fan.
Hey.
She just ran out.
My hat.
She had to go to the bathroom? Like, Lern just got up.
She ran.
Oh, her hat.
Was that it?
Said she didn't have her hat.
Oh, her
sponsored hat.
getaway carts hat.
The funny thing is,
she could. You know what she needed? A getaway cart. If she'd had one, she could have gotten back in time.
you know what's funny is from over here, there's the screen right here and then a whole bunch of equipment. So I don't see like anything from her shoulders down. So you look like a Muppet going like whoop, 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 whoop. Like
as the microphones are going on, you
your
disappear.
head bobbed up and down just 2 or 3 times and then left.
I didn't want to be seen on camera without my hat on. I left my hat in the office.
Oh, I thought you had to go to the bathroom.
No, that's later. That'll probably happen halfway
Or
through
you
the
had to
show.
vomit. Something.
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
Dude, this has been the longest feeling week in a long time. And I don't know if it's because
agree.
we're leading up to daylight saving, time ending. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like it's been 2 weeks long this week.
Are you getting the seasonal affective
Disorder? Oh, yeah.
The sad?
I get sad.
The sad?
I got the seasonal I'm sick disorder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Have been for days.
We're all sick.
I'm
different
not,
ways.
I mean,
You're going to get sick.
stop it.
You guys, actually, that's a question I have for you guys because from coming off of just like a 2-person morning show before, and then I had my own show, and then we're all 5. Are you guys? Is it like preschool in here? Like everybody gets each other sick all season?
I don't really get. I'm
pretty good
to be
about
honest
it.
with you. I don't really get sick a lot.
Good.
I have like little things like I have like a pain, and Moon knows this. Like I have like a pain in my side. I go, oh my god, where's my pancreas? Is this the end? Like I just have like little pains here and there.
You do ask a lot about organs.
The hypochondria. Organal.
Where's your
Hey guys,
this?
where's your
that?
gallbladder? I think it exploded.
Yeah.
And then it's just a getting older pain,
Right.
and you just breathe through it, and it's gone.
Okay.
You have seasonal organal depression.
Right.
Yeah. It's different.
Now,
Organal.
do you take vitamins?
Yeah. Of course.
I do the zinc. I'll do vitamin D supplements. Dose on my my elderberry and my vitamin C.
Cap full of vinegar every morning.
Cap full, apple cider vinegar.
Ugh.
I've never done that.
Oh, that's the worst.
I don't do that.
That's for catching flies, man.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, that's for catching fruit flies and nothing else. Maybe some cooking here and there.
I don't know. My wife gets that, and I'm sure you have it in your house too. Lern. The apple cider vinegar with like all the sediment at the bottom.
Yeah. I have one that I haven't opened. It's maybe 5 years old that I bought, and I'm like, I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna do a shot of this every morning, and then I got it, and I'm like, today's not the day yet. I'll do it tomorrow.
What is that to? What's that
It's supposed to be
do?
good for your gut health.
Yeah. I do the kombucha,
Yeah, me too.
and that's good for your
So
gut
that's
health.
similar thing. Oh, okay, cool. So I can delete.
I don't know.
cider
My wife's
vinegar
got this
shots.
stuff, this apple cider vinegar, and it's got like all this floaty things in the bottom. It looks gross.
It's
You
disgusting.
know what? With the floaty
looking.
things in the bottom, that actually makes me feel more comfortable.
Why?
It's like bacteria.
Because then I feel like it's like I don't know, like much more deliberate,
Like
like natural
real?
and whatever else is.
I believe
yeah,
they
like
call
good for
it
me.
the mother.
Oh, yes. You're right. Because it's like a placenta.
That's what the song's about. Mother.
Yes, the bottom of apple cider vinegar.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly
Can you
what it's
see the
about.
bottom of this drink?
Well, I hope you feel good because you have a day ahead of you.
Yes.
You're going down to the Dome later to interview. I guess now it's Robert from Metallica.
Kirk tapped out, said, Robert Trujillo, you're in. Yeah.
You're
After you'd done all this, like prep,
Extensive
over-prepped
Kirk prep. Yes.
for Kirk Hammett.
I actually started it with Robert Trujillo as well, too.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You're good to go.
The anxiety, this is when it comes in handy because I have something prepped on every member of Metallica.
Just in case.
Just in case they all walk in,
Yeah.
you know?
I think Metallica is one of those bands where if any one of them walked in,
It would be fine.
it'd be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I just don't, and I don't know if you guys are like this with interviews, but first of all, you have to go into it and go, hey man, I don't know everything. I'm not in this band, but I'm a fan of music. Mm-hmm. And I always feel like I have like a population of listeners behind me so I start thinking about what they would want, what they would ask if they had the opportunity. So you go into it as like a first-person fan, also like a representative of your Point family.
Yes.
You know, but then you also have like this professional pressure where this is my first Point interview, and you guys are all so good at your interviews. Like I've been watching Rizz interviews and Donnie interviews and Lux interviews like for so long. So I'm like, you know, I just want to do you proud, and that's the pressure that I put on myself.
You're a pro. You've been doing this 15 years.
Hey,
You've
like-
interviewed a lot of people.
A lot of people. And like he mentioned, that's one of the few bands where everybody's actually interesting.
Yeah.
And cool. You know.
You know what I'm saying? Like most bands, it's hard to find one guy who can talk.
Here's the worst. Here's the worst. You add a thing like Point Fest. Okay.
Yeah.
And Point Fest, you know, there's 15 bands playing, and all the air personalities have been assigned to a band to interview.
Yes.
And they go, all right, man, you get the bassist of
3 Days Grace.
Flim Flam band. I didn't want to mention the band, but you're like, oh man, the bassist. Come on, man.
I'm literally getting the
Nobody-
bassist today, though.
Nobody cares about the bassist.
You must care.
Nobody does. Nobody cares about the bassist or the drummer. I'm
What?
sorry, bassists and drummers.
Drummers are my favorite in the bands always, of every band, forever.
Now
Drummer girl.
there are exceptions. There are exceptions. Metallica. Anybody. Pearl Jam. Anybody.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple bands where you will accept anybody from the band. Foo Fighters. Anybody.
Yeah.
Drummers are a strange breed. Because if you really break it down, you think about it, you're like, okay, so this person wants to play the loudest, bangiest thing, but not be involved otherwise. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, it's literally like goalies.
But some drummers are. Like, I mean, I think of, like, Lars.
Yeah, there are exceptions.
He has such a huge booming personality. You know, that he does, I don't know. I look at him as a drummer that, like, he stands up and gets crazy and stuff. Like, that's.
Yeah, well, Lars is the spokesperson for the band.
Yeah. And he's the scariest
He's
one.
always been.
He's not who I didn't want because I'm like, because I just.
That's
feel like
why I wanted you to get.
I
Yeah,
feel like I know
he's
you
the
wanna
most
torture
intimidating
me.
for sure.
He's the most intimidating to me, and like, I know he would hate me. Like I just, you know,
Great attitude,
I
huh?
know that he would hate my energy and like
Great
how
attitude.
I am.
Self-destruct.
Get in.
And that's okay. And if it was terrible, you would just say, I would say, delete that.
Delete
Like
that.
his
We're
dad
not going
did.
to air that.
Like his dad did
Well,
in some kind of
good
monster.
luck. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
6
I need
o'clock down there at the Dome. It's
gonna be great.
there with her little tape recorder.
First of all,
Yeah.
they're all crazy experienced, crazy happy doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they know exactly what to say. They know exactly what they're doing. This is going to be a breeze. You're going to love it.
I know.
60 seconds in, you're going to shake it off and be like, whoa.
This is how I am
sweet.
with everything. Like even on Saturday night, like before I came up and sang with your band, Rafe can attest to this because we're backstage and I'm like looking over the lyrics of Just a Girl. You and I have never performed together, you know. And so I take that, it's stupid that I take that so seriously, but I do. And because I want to do I want to make you guys look good and you guys set a bar. And so like backstage, Rafe and I are talking and my heart rate's at 150 already. I'm a freaking mess.
Reading into a paper bag.
Oh my gosh.
And then I walk out.
She's got the cuff on, like
Look-
getting her blood pressure.
Little did you know, I'm out there going, hey, Chris, what key is this?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, where do
So-
I start this? And
right.
like, it's in D. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, I mean, you've been doing it forever. It's not our comfort zone.
No. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've
Right,
been in
but
a
I'm
band
just
for
saying,
3
like,
years.
we're all just having fun.
And every time I get like this. And then Rafe's like, you're being a very supportive friend. And like, and the minute I get out there, I just go, F it. Like, because literally
Yeah.
in my head, I go, there's a big, just F it.
All that went out the window.
And then I'm insane. And that's, I think, what performing is.
Yeah, that's exactly
in
what it
all
is.
levels of
It's,
performance.
it's this effort confidence where you just go, you know what? Let's rip it. Here we go.
Listen, you got a
Here goes
couple
nothing.
Here we
vodka
go. It's
tonics
gonna
in
be
you, and
fun.
you're good.
So I said to her coming off stage, you go, well, that anxiety really went out the window the minute you came through that curtain.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
dude,
jumping around and going crazy and
that's what the Dirtbags.
Lady Lee Roth energy.
That's what the Dirtbags is. There isn't a show that goes by that we don't do things that we definitely didn't plan or rehearse. It's just like,
That's
oh man,
live.
you want to do this? Oh, so and so up here said this. Let's see if we can get through it.
Moon did me a solid and treated me the other way. I had no idea. I just coming through the audience. He goes, get up here. I'm like,
Sometimes that's
don't have time to
that's
even
better.
freak out about it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's better.
And sure enough,
Just get in there.
the
Yeah.
lyrics to Fishing in the Dark just
Get in
came
there.
to my
Come
head.
to you.
That's you thought Rizz was going to come up and sing Eminem,
Yeah.
Lose Yourself. And,
I was like, oh, Rizz?
And you see
All
Tweedledum walking through the crowd. You go, you thought I was, and you go, Tweedledum, you know the lyrics to Lose Yourself. And I get up there and go, Mom Spaghetti, Mom Spaghetti. It's all I could do.
Well,
That's all I could do too. That's why I was asking for somebody else to do it.
well, you'll be fun tonight. It's gonna be good. We'll air part of your interview tomorrow.
Yeah, you could have ripped this.
Yeah.
Man. This
We'll
was
air
so
part of
cool.
your interview tomorrow. Listen, it's gonna be a weekend. You know, Friday, I'm going down to the Dome to go see Metallica play. I'm looking forward to seeing Pantera open.
Dude, all three bands I'm looking forward to.
Pantera, Wolfgang Van Halen. I'm excited. Spice Girls. They're playing in the parking lot. Yeah, it's gonna transport me back to another time. Like it's gonna be 90s Rizz on Friday. It's gonna be 90s Rizz. Not in his 90s, but
Oh. You gonna dress cool? Like, what are you wearing, man? Because you got to bring it. Like, you can't, don't you dare come in pastels at this Metallica show.
no,
It's going to be a wave of black.
no, it's gonna be a black T-shirt.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna be a black T-shirt.
I'm going to be dressed up like
Metallica show.
Kelly Bundy in the Anthrax episode of Married with Children.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing Pantera. Obviously, you know, Metallica, but you know, somebody asked me this question the other day, and it took me a couple days to really come up with an answer, and I don't have a definitive answer. But, you know, we're all children of the 90s. What did the 90s smell like? What did the 1990s smell like?
Oh.
I don't think there's an answer.
No, there is. It's Bath and Body Works, Cucumber Melon.
Dude,
That's exactly what I said. Is
I
that
wrote
not what I
down,
said in the
Bath
morning?
and Body Works.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have
Japanese cherry blossom.
I have 5 different smells from the 90s. Like, so if you were to ask me, what do the 90s smell like? I have 5 different answers.
Yeah, the cucumber melon thing, that's exactly
Bath and
what I
Body
said.
Works
because
was number 2.
The summer of 1996 and 7 smelled exactly like that. And when I smell it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm back on the rock road.
Also, Cool Water. Every boy I knew was dousing himself in Cool Water cologne from Kmart.
I don't remember that one.
So as far as Bath and Body Works style things, so Bath and Body Works, yes. Then there's
Brute.
Prel or Finesse or Suave apple shampoos.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Herbal
yeah.
Essence, too.
Yeah. They had an Apple one as well, right?
Lever 2000 soap.
Yep. I feel that.
2000. What happened?
Remember
It's
the
like
smell of that.
Love's Baby Soft.
Not following you there.
No. Jergens lotion
That's just you.
for the fellas.
Hey, what's up?
fellas. That's the
Nightstand.
smell of 2023 also.
Eucalyptus.
CK1.
They still make Lever 2000.
We'll get to cologne in a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Jacquard
jumping
Noir.
ahead.
There you go.
Wow.
That's it. That's the smell
Yeah.
for the high-class douchebag. And I had a buddy who had a bottle of Drakkar Velcroed to the wall so he could spritz himself on the way out the door.
Love that.
That's his own gas station cologne dispenser.
That's
Like he had it
ridiculous.
Velcroed to his wall as he left his room
Like a hand sanitizing
to
station.
give himself a couple spritzes as he left his room.
Dude,
Yeah.
I felt that's where my sense of like, because one of my things that I get aroused by as a female person is good cologne on a man. And so that started in the 90s because all of the boys that they were all experimenting with like 15 different flavors of cologne. So you show up to like 7th grade and it smells like a damn Kmart department
French whorehouse.
That's what my father always said, and that's why I don't wear cologne.
Damn.
Because every time I did, he'd go, "Oh my God!" He's got the superpower nose, and he's like, "Oh God, it smells like a French whorehouse in here." And I was always like, "I'm sorry, man." I was so offensive to him every time I put that stuff on.
But you know, it's funny. I wonder if that's actually what a French whorehouse smells like.
He's never been to France.
Also, why didn't someone...
He's never been to France.
I feel like someone
He
should
has been to
lean in.
whorehouses.
Yeah.
Not in France, though.
How come no one leaned in and just made a cologne called French whorehouse?
Right.
Do you know what this smells like?
Yes.
French whorehouse.
Because it was
finally
it was
know.
a derogatory thing.
I know, but I feel like if you leaned in, people would go with it.
Like, what was your,
Toilet.
did you have a cologne of choice? Because I would,
I'm trying to think if I ever actually wore Jacquard. My friend wore Cool Water because it was in a Snoop video.
dude, I would take
I used the Brute aftershave. Remember the green because it was the
Oh,
cheapest.
yeah.
in
That-
magazines.
No wonder you
It was
stunk
so
in the house.
cheap, dude.
In magazines, they would have the little strips of scents.
Oh, yeah. And you'd rub it all
And
over
I'd
yourself.
rub it on my
Me
neck.
too. I
Yeah.
still do
Like-
that.
Oh no, I still have.
Do they still do those?
I bet you I still have tester bottles from JCPenney or
Oh,
whatever.
tester bottles.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
there
like-
might have been a Can't remember when I adopted the Aqua de Joe. It might have been late 90s.
That was good too.
The scent holds up, but everybody started wearing it, so you got to kind of...
Stand out.
CK1.
Same for the
CK1
CK1 and
I
Nautica,
didn't wear
right?
that, though.
That was androgynous
That
too.
was probably the Nautica Blue.
Yeah,
It
Nautica
came in
Blue.
Like, that was
they were
probably...
like
Nautica Blue.
because it smelled good enough
It had like a fresh scent.
and wasn't too cheap or expensive.
The
Well, it was
Marion-
cheap enough that I could get it at Walmart.
Yeah.
They sold it at
Nautica
Walmart.
Blue.
And they had
super
Michael Jordan
hot.
had cologne for a while, too.
That's right.
The Michael Jordan cologne was big in the 90s.
The funny thing
a
is,
bunch of guys wearing that, and it did not smell good at all.
for Christmas, I would always get cologne given to me from like a particular aunt, and this even happened like 6 years ago. And it was always Stetson. Always like
Stetson, yeah.
Country boy
Dude, I'm
stuff.
sitting on apocalypse level Bartertown Stetson from my grandma.
Yeah. Me too.
I get the big bottle every
I got
year.
two
My
bottles
old
still.
roommate.
It smells good.
I remember
actually.
his girlfriend gave him. It looked like a horn, like a ram's horn you would blow into.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It was glass and it was full of cologne. It was like a
What?
half a gallon of something.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, you buy cologne by the half gallon.
That's
Back
so
then.
good.
Hey, Lever 2000, by the way, still around.
Still
Doing
around,
well.
huh?
And look, they have this refreshing clean, trusted for over 30 years. So that means it was like new when we were seeing
Yeah,
it.
Lever 2000. I remember the commercials.
I would also say Irish.
Irish Spring.
Irish Spring. A lot
Yeah.
of people used that in the 90s.
I used that.
Oh,
Irish Spring
yeah,
like 5
Everybody's
years ago.
divorcee dad had Irish Spring.
That was a good. You know what? That was a
One
good. That was
straight
a,
pube hanging off of it.
Oh,
that was a
totally.
good bar of soap though,
It's a
because
good
it had a good curve to it.
Exactly.
And it was multicolored, right?
Yeah.
It was still around. They even make deodorant I was using like a couple years
Oh,
ago.
God.
Irish Spring had a good curve, fit right in your hand. And remember the commercials was a guy like soaping up under a waterfall.
Uh-huh. Hell yeah. That's when I would stay at my dad's house and like I would smell like my dad for a couple of days because I didn't have all my girly stuff in his
Yeah,
house.
it was a strong scent.
It was strong. That's probably why
remember
I'm
the
kind of
commercial.
androgynous now.
Where the guy would like take a knife. It was like an Irish guy that took a knife and like whittled a piece off. And I was like, why did he do that? Why
Yeah,
would
he
you?
did.
Why did he
It's
cut into the
masculine.
bar? Do you remember that? He was like, Irish Spring, if you want to smell like the Irish. And then he like took a knife and whittled a piece of the soap off and was like,
Also, the way he cut it, it was like as he was cutting like an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you've
like he
made
was
it.
going to eat a sliver of it.
Yeah,
or
now you've
something.
made it the bar of soap that we hate.
gotta
When
look
it's
that
like at the end,
commercial.
and we're like, what do I do with
Yeah.
this? But aren't you supposed to put that like in your garden or something? Keeps deer away.
I don't know. I just remember it fit good in your hand and had it had a divot at the bottom. That's a good soap, man.
It's a good
For real.
soap,
It's
man.
a good soap.
Get me some of that.
All right, so incense was another smell of the 90s. A lot of incense.
Still.
Yeah.
That was all. I would say
That was
incense
a-
was my default smell.
Oh, really?
Like
See,
not
that was a
champa?
very particular type of person. Like I have two people. I have like I know what the guys that smelled like incense look like right now. Still, like I can see them back in high school. I'm not going to say their names, but they're both wearing 311 shirts. Like I know exactly. Like as soon as you say that
Which is
smell, I know the two guys I'm thinking about.
622 if you had it together.
No drug rugs.
Nah, man, 311 shirts.
311 shirts.
Yeah, I know the drug rugs. I mean, there was one guy with the drug rug at Limburg, I remember, but he didn't smell like incense. He smelled kind of funky.
The 90s just smelled to me that there was a specific car air freshener.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla aroma.
It's like a vanilla aroma, dude.
Vanilla aroma was the scent.
My first girlfriend's Buick Skylark. I'm telling you that if I can't even tell you the smell, but I know when I smell it, and I am transported to a back road in a Buick Skylark, figuring stuff out about my body with the help of someone else. It's a beautiful thing.
Vanilla aroma was
a very strong aroma.
Yellow was the yellow air freshener, which, by the way,
Because before that, it was all the pine trees. They didn't really, the air freshener technology had not.
right. Vanilla aroma was I think probably the.
Probably Bath and Body Works. I bet it's where it came from.
Now, did anybody have the tree hanging from their mirror?
Yeah.
You know, you're only supposed to like take the foil down or the bag. You're not supposed to open the whole bag and just put it out there.
I like to live dangerously, okay?
What do you mean?
Full tree.
So when you get the tree for the mirror,
Yes.
okay, and it comes in the wrapper,
Yeah.
okay, you're only supposed to peel the wrapper at the top and kind of every week slide the wrapper down a little bit.
How does the wrapper stay on there if you're sliding it down?
It just looks like crap. Looks like you forgot to take it off in your slob.
Wow, that's silly.
If you
Has
nobody
anyone ever done that?
does it. But if you actually read what the back of it says, like the instructions on how to use the tree.
Did you read it? And that's
Eventually
how you know
I did.
Wow.
So
Because
it's weird
when you
to have it hanging there with the bag hanging off.
Especially half off. So when you open, I don't know anybody that did it. You just open it up and put it in there.
Yeah, black ice.
And on like a cold day like this, and you open up your car door after putting a fresh air freshener in, that vanilla aroma smell just,
hits you.
That cold vanilla scented air.
I had the orange thing that you put on your vent. Remember that?
Those didn't come around in Southern Illinois till like way later for me.
I had a buddy that had a Crown.
Those were like $3.
Like a Crown air freshener.
Crown?
Like
Yeah,
Crown
it
Royal?
No, it looked like a crown.
Oh, right, yeah. But it had the same thing. It was like a gelatinous cube that would
gross.
evaporate.
It smelled so bad.
I think the one I'm thinking of it might have been a Yankee Candle one. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I kind of remember the air fresheners they were in the shape of a candle. They almost looked like a jarred candle.
Yeah.
This is what I had. I had the Febreze thing you stick in your vent.
Oh, those are 2000s technology, dude.
Oh, really?
That
I'm
didn't exist
thinking
in
it
the
too late?
90s. No way.
No. Yeah. Was it this?
The trees.
Maybe it was this. Millions? It was like an orange thing?
I never had that.
My cousin is emailing in and said I'm being remiss by not saying orange dial soap because my mom used to make us put it in our mouth when we would curse at my house.
Oh, yeah. For dish soap, you mean? Or
No,
orange?
bar.
Oh, I don't remember
Like
that.
the antibacterial.
Oh, yeah.
The dial soap, not the white, like Dove like dial soap, like the old antiseptic dial soap. The
gold
It had a
bars?
flavor. Believe me.
Look up a Little Tree. Little Tree air freshener. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Black ice was... I never used black ice. There was new car.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. But that wasn't 90s either. I thought that was later.
Oh, Little Trees? No way.
No. The black ice ones.
Maybe the black ice was later.
Little tree. Okay, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, but if you look at the back...
Let's see if we can see the back of it.
There it is, vanilla aroma.
Ooh, you know what? Ugh, even just looking at it, I can start to smell it. And that stuff is bad. It's got to be bad. It's got to be a...
There was new car smell. There was vanilla aroma. There was the regular pine one.
It's got to be a cancer causer, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't mean to put it... It just smells like it's unhealthy.
We've come a long way in car air freshener technology.
Have we ever?
You ever do these with the little cans, little fiber cans that you put in the... almost looks
Those
like,
you put under the seat, right?
Yeah, you put under the seat.
I don't think I had one. I know what you're talking about.
The problem with those is you forget about them, and then you got like 6 cans of trash under there.
6 cans under the seat. Did anybody burn incense when they were a kid?
No, I was a candle girl. Now I'm an incense chick.
So you had the incense holder and all?
Yeah, my dad, he had like one of those incense Buddha holder. You know, like it was Buddha and the incense would come through his belly. So my dad's house smelled like Marlboro Lights, incense, and Irish Spring. That's like what Greg Colvin's house was. So, yeah.
I bet you my dad still uses Old Spice.
Yeah, your dad's a creature of habit.
Yeah, and he's been rocking that.
Like Old Spice white bottle with the metal cap?
Yes, with the little boop.
Yep.
They got some of them on eBay. Look. Remember those? They're Yankee Candle air fresheners, but they looked like a candle, but they were just flat.
I've seen those. I never had those in my car.
Those.
I think that might have been what was in the Skylark.
I feel like those were late 90s, though.
Yeah, those almost seem like 2000s technology.
2000s tech.
I love that air fresheners are tech.
2000s.
Smell tech.
All right, so here's another smell of the 90s. All right, remember, what did the 90s smell like?
Yes.
It also smelled like a new tape smell. There's a very particular chemical scent that came with freshly unwrapped cassette tapes,
Oh, yeah.
which you could sometimes find that smell in CD booklets,
Yes.
but it wasn't as strong.
Yeah, it's like plastic and glue mixed, but kind of in its own unique way. How do you describe
I've always
that?
thought I always thought, man, that made like a good unisex perfume. It probably caused cancer.
The VHS tapes, too?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was that particular.
I can kind of go there in my brain. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those plasticky smells that's so attractive. It's
When you
probably
would
bad for us.
rewind the tapes.
Yeah, dude.
Because then it would like heat it up.
If it was going really fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if something would eat it, like it would kind of like burn, just like the little piece
yeah.
of smoke. You're like, oh yeah,
That smell.
I would love to inhale
It's
that.
that burn. It's plastic.
Video store. I mean, didn't the video store essentially smell like that? Like you go to rent a movie,
At Blockbuster?
This was a particular when you opened up
like a fresh one.
a fresh CD insert.
Oh,
booklet.
dude, fresh video game. That
Fresh
plastic,
video game,
you know,
too.
or even
Oh, yeah.
when you smell because like the metal, the chips, and the plastic
Oh, yeah.
mixed when you blew into it to make it work
A
better.
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo
Oh my
cassette.
gosh, that smelled great.
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
whatever that thing inside that actually, and blowing in it did nothing. By the way, apparently that was not a thing.
Potentially,
That made us feel
I think
better.
it's potentially better.
Yeah.
What a psychological
Made it worse.
trip, dude. Hey, I wonder, and maybe this is impossible, but wouldn't that be cool if you could go back, or if they could figure out and document and like have real proof scientifically that the world smells completely different? Because I'm sure it does, right? It's got to. Of course, we're reacting to it differently. Our senses change over time. Our taste buds change. Our olfactory glands get affected. Blah 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 blah. But dude, can you imagine if we had like a museum of smells and is like, welcome to the 90s?
Yeah,
Love it.
And
yeah,
our,
I would
and
love
our,
it.
and our
Just
kids,
stick your head in.
Yeah, and our kids when they're in their 60s could be like, oh, this is the smell. It really did smell better back in the 90s.
Right.
Our
I was
parents
listening
were
to a
right.
podcast yesterday about noise pollution. I know, very exciting.
Hey.
But okay, so when people came to an area for the first time, what did it sound like? The loudest sound somebody back in the 1300s, 1200s, the loudest sound they probably ever heard was thunder.
Yeah, nothing compared.
And what did that sound like? Because even that, when there was no walls and big trees maybe yet, like the sound probably did sound louder.
Can you imagine somebody hearing a tornado for the first time, or what if you didn't know what an airplane was? What did that sound like?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Magnets.
Just disclaimer: we did microdose before this broadcast started. So
You know they make a car that runs on water, man?
Magnets, how do they work?
the Ham 21 says, "Did anybody ever touch the tube TVs and feel the static that had a
Oh
smell?"
yeah, that's
Oh yeah, that had a smell too.
that is
Yeah.
what is that? That's not. It's not ozone. It's something else. Like ozone smells amazing. Like before the rain comes in,
Oh yeah.
you smell that smell.
That's
Oh.
ozone. I thought it was the concrete.
I believe that's ozone.
Okay, what about the smell of a pencil being eaten by a manual pencil sharpener?
Love that smell. We can do it tonight. Today. It's not nighttime right now. We can go in the break room right now or the printer room and sharpen a pencil, and that smell.
We have a
in there.
pencil sharpener?
Oh yes, of course we do.
Like I'm talking the go up, like, can I sharpen my can I sharpen my pencil?
The manual one.
Yeah, the manual crank.
No, we don't have that one. We have an office one, but it's the same smell because it's the pencil.
Yo, when rain falls on dry soil and it makes that earthy scent that comes up after the rain starts, that's called petrichor.
God, love it.
They got a name for that. Petrichor. If anybody's looking for a band name out there,
Petrichor?
baby, Petrichor.
All right, here's some other
We're
nostalgic
power
smells.
slop and Petrichor.
Other nostalgic smells. The scratch and sniff stickers.
Yep. Strawberry ones.
Scratch and sniff stickers. Play-Doh, which I hate the smell of Play-Doh.
Oh,
I hate
that's-
it.
I love the smell
That's
of it.
90s centric.
Hate it.
I like it.
Hate the smell of Play-Doh. Like, that will turn my stomach. How about Mr. Sketch scented markers?
The Mr. Sketch, yeah, those
The
smell like
Mr.
fruit.
Sketch
Those ones,
scented markers.
those are the ones that had like a blueberry and a strawberry.
The
and-
root beer one smelled the best.
Ooh, not for me. I'm not a
The
beer
root
guy.
beer, Mr. Sketch scented markers smelled the best.
Dude, root beer is something that every 2-3 years, I try to give a go because I've been so jealous of
Of people who enjoy root beer?
Of all of you that love root beer. I've been trying since I was 5. My brother loved it, and my dad, I swear my dad and my brother are closer than my dad and me were just because of root beer. Everywhere we go, they'd be like, "Ooh, have you tried Barks? Have you tried A&W?" There was always some new
You never
root
went
beer
to
to try.
Fitz's and had a root beer float?
I've had them all, Rizz, and I can't get it. I don't like it. It does weird things to me, and I don't like the taste of root beer. I wish I did. I promise you, it smells good.
You're so missing out.
I know. I'm aware.
Ugh.
I've tried. Every couple of years, I'm like, oh, maybe this is the year I can start getting into this. And I go
No.
for it, and I put ice cream in it, or I'll do anything. And I said,
Let me give it a go again. No,
You like root beer?
with cream soda. Of course, yeah, I love root beer. Love it.
Everybody loves root beer.
I know, man.
I feel like the smell of whiteout.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
'Cause that was like a big 90s smell. Whiteout
remember that.
hit its heyday in the 90s.
What did it smell like? Was it like painty? Or
Kind of had like the brush.
Yeah.
You could like, I remember having it in school. And
It was a
like,
chemical.
Oh, yeah, it was everywhere. My
It
mom
was
used
kind
it.
of like huffing Sharpies or
Okay,
something.
let me see if so on the whiteout tip. Do you remember balloonies?
No.
No.
Okay, look up BLOONIS. Okay, so it was like a hard plastic straw, and whatever goo came out of a metal tube.
Oh, yeah.
That you'd put at the end of the straw that you'd
So
make a
dumb.
balloon.
No.
Yeah, I remember these. And they were so dumb.
You mean
They
buy
were
some
so
of these
dumb,
on Amazon?
but you get high on them.
Oh.
Like you could sniff
You
that
could get high
stuff.
on 'em. I didn't know
Oh
that.
yeah, it was like a chemical
Yeah,
smell.
yeah, this. Yeah, it was. It tasted like a. I mean, it tasted. It
Not
smelled.
supposed to eat it.
Yeah, it smelled like a factory.
It smelled like a factory.
like fiberglass or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something. There's nothing. This is all wrong. Nothing right.
No way is
You
that good
shouldn't-
for a kid to
Yeah,
smell
you
that.
shouldn't be putting this anywhere near your children. But yeah,
It came
I
out of a
remember that.
metal tube.
You just blew bubbles that didn't pop, and then what?
Dude.
And every kid eventually said that. And then what?
And then you would just sniff the
I don't remember sniffing it.
you would sniff whatever goo came out of that metal tube.
Balloonies.
Balloonies.
Look at that kid.
They're $6 on
That
Amazon.
kid on that, yeah, the kid that's on the tube is high as hell.
Yeah, for sure.
What the heck?
He is high as hell.
It was like he's smoking meth out of a light bulb.
This was intro to freebasing. That's
Yeah,
what that was.
you know what? I mean, look what he's doing. It looks
Loonies.
illegal. I mean, this
You know,
is.
Do they even sell this anymore?
They do. It's $6 on Amazon. If you'd like me to buy, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna get.
I'm not
adding this to
doing
the
it.
list.
Just the smell.
And
Smell
you know,
alone gets you
another.
high.
I can't believe this didn't come up already, but maybe this was a holdover from the 80s, but I feel like it went into the 90s where I'm from, and that was, if not Aquanet, like the aerosol. When a girl had aerosol hairspray in her hair, and you would be dancing with her, that had a smell, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like the real crunchy,
Aquanet.
or the bangs were just held in
Deb.
place. Like the bangs in the front, you could touch them and they would just spring right back to where they were.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys remember how concrete smelled near chlorine, like public pools? Like imagine, okay, so close your eyes and go to the pool that you went to as a kid. Did you ever go to like a public
Yeah,
pool?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so like neighborhood pool, public pool, whatever it is, go in there, and that sunlight hitting chlorine.
I still smell that when I go to a
yeah,
public pool.
it's like a light chlorine and dirt and people and oil and whatever else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
It's
like
a melange
Yeah,
of,
it's mixed with the concrete. Like when I think of being a kid in the 90s, it's kind of like a lot of grass and dirt from bike riding. 'Cause you know how the air would kind of change scent when you were just flying on your bike,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you get somewhere and it kind of smells like earth, chlorine, and concrete all at once, but in a nice way.
Yeah, I still smell that if I go to the public pool.
Does it still
Yeah,
smell like that?
it's still the same smell.
Okay.
It did not change. What do people still put the bowls of potpourri in their bathrooms? Like the loose potpourri.
No, you know what people do? They do the
Grandmas.
oil sticks.
Yeah, I do the oil
Like we have the
sticks.
oil sticks.
Yeah, but do you remember the loose
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
bowls of it was like loose potpourri in
Oh,
there?
yeah. And right
Yeah.
next to it would be 3 bars of unusable soap that look like seashells.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was,
Decorative soap.
Decorative soaps.
it was loose.
What happened to those, dude?
Loose potpourri covered in dust
Yeah.
because nobody wanted to touch it. Nobody would do anything. They wouldn't stir because you're supposed to like stir it up and mix it up, right? I mean,
I
that
guess
stuff's
so,
only
yeah, to
good
get-
for a couple days or
Want to
weeks.
get the scents going again.
right. But nobody do that. They just go, we'll put this here, and now it's a decoration.
Yeah, that was always mom's job. Mom's supposed to stir it up. All right, so strawberry shortcake dolls.
Oh yeah, the plastic.
No, strawberry shortcake dolls. Like the strawberry shortcake. Did you have one, Learn?
They
Oh, yeah.
smelled like it, right?
It smelled like strawberries.
Forever. Like
Oh,
I had
I
a
didn't know
hand
that.
me down and from my eldest
Really?
cousin, and I mean for 20 years that thing smelled like
Yeah, they never stopped smelling like
Can
strawberries.
you imagine what chemical that is?
Right.
Asbestos.
I never had-
Asbestos held the scent the best.
I never had any dolls, but like, you know, I worked in like the nursery at church or something like that. And they always had the Cabbage Patch dolls and different dolls. And they all had that weird plastic smell that was like kind of good. You know what I'm talking
the
about?
Cabbage Patch Kids did.
It's like a different type of plastic. I mean,
It was almost like a baby powder type of plastic.
whatever it was like a soft plastic smell. And
But strawberry shortcake smelled like
I did not know that.
strawberries.
What the heck are they putting in that?
And even if it was an old, ratty one, it still smelled like strawberries.
And there were her little friends. Like there was like a blueberry one, I believe, and other fruits. And they all smell, forever.
I don't know. If I didn't have any sisters, but if you went to a buddy's house that had a sister and she had a strawberry shortcake doll, you go,
Yeah.
yeah, strawberry shortcake. How about lip smackers?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. The
Okay, lip
best.
smackers.
They tasted good, too.
Did you have scented erasers in your little pencil case?
That never worked.
No,
Yep.
the eraser of the scented eraser sucked.
Yeah, because it was like a hard wax.
Right.
So it didn't really, it just smeared the lead.
It just smeared your pencil.
Yeah.
It
Dude,
was the poor kids consolation prize at the Scholastic Book Fair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The scented eraser.
You'd look at the Lamborghini poster, and then you'd look at your hand, and then you'd buy the scented eraser and sadly go back to class.
And then you chew it in class because you couldn't have gum, but you could chew on that eraser.
Okay, so what about the
there are
pink
scents.
eraser?
Oh, those smell good.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
that just straight rubber pink eraser, which you'd have to with your pencil put dots in it.
Yeah. Those were good. And they were better than just the pencil eraser ones.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the loose ones.
Yeah.
Big weird.
The weird pink look like a tongue.
Yeah. Those were great. There is, I found this article and a couple people talking about their favorite smells from the 80s. And one person said, I love the smell of My Little Pony dolls. So then somebody else followed it up and said, there are particular scents that smell like some of this stuff. And apparently, Bath & Body Works makes a strawberry pound cake that reminds people of the smell of the strawberry shortcake doll.
Huh.
And there's one called Narciso Poudre that smells like My Little Pony. So, there are
So
people.
they bottled it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they bottled it on purpose, but there are people seeking. Like this is a Reddit thread where people are seeking out. Hey, what's the closest sold scent that I can go out there and spray on myself that will remind me and smell like
the 80s and 90s.
the scented dolls of the 80s?
And they have that. They make
And
it.
they have it.
Wild.
Plasticky synthetic strawberry smell. I've been looking for it, and this is the closest one. This is a very popular Reddit thread apparently.
What about the smell, and this is very specific, the smell of Sunny D when you first open the bottle?
I never had.
Anybody
Sunny
remember
D.
that?
Formaldehyde.
I didn't like it.
No, we didn't have that.
You never had Sunny D?
I mean, I've had it, but it wasn't
It's like
a-
fake orange juice.
I didn't like it.
This thing had a smell.
It was
Lern's
only-
original.
It was only my
Remember the
cool
original
friends.
stress head squeeze?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Like your teachers had them.
The
I remember
stress
my
squeeze
teachers
where the
where the
nose
eyes, the
bugged
nose
out.
pop out.
don't
That
remember
thing had
those.
a really strong, like plastic.
Yeah.
For me, the '80s smells like baseball cards.
Yeah,
I can't smell the 80s.
It's a very cardboardy.
yeah.
It's
The
bike.
bubble gum like scented the cardboard.
Yeah, it's the bike. It's my bike. I smell my bike, and I know that sounds
Bike chain grease.
Yeah, I know
The
that sounds
oil-
silly, but
a little
I
oil can you'd put on your bike chain.
yeah, I have a
smell.
dyno. I have an '88 dyno
Wow,
or an
rich kid.
87 dyno. That is almost the same bike that I had when I was a kid, and it still kind of smells like the '80s. That and that cardboardy baseball card
I can't smell the 80s.
That's all I got. Oh, and baseballs, actual
I know, I can't
baseballs.
go
I tried, and my nose was born '80s.
Yeah.
blind, so
I lived through
have
all
a
the
disease.
80s.
Did you ever play sports?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports.
What'd you play? Because
Baseball.
I remember the smell of soccer and I remember the smell of baseball. And in '80s, even though I was young, I played so much baseball. I remember the smell of the baseballs and the glove, and how that made me feel. I was like ready to play.
I tried to play soccer. I just don't love to run, honestly. It's not a runner.
Soccer, you're smelling the weather.
Yeah.
Baseball, you're smelling the leather.
The smell of Vicks Vapor Rub. That's a 90s smell for me.
For me, it's a rubbing alcohol. 'Cause I used to get leg cramps real bad, and my dad would put rubbing alcohol and like rub the Charlie horse out of my calves. My calves would just always killing me.
My dad would dip his Q-tips in rubbing alcohol and then put them in his ears. Has anybody ever done that?
To clean your ears?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm afraid of anything going in my
Oh, I
ears.
bet you that's good.
Oh.
I bet
mean,
you that's
I haven't
good.
done
I
it in
bet you
like
that's
15 years, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to do that
Oh, I
again.
bet you that feels good.
It
Like
does
especially when
feel
it
good.
dry, like when the rubbing alcohol dries.
It's like,
Oh, man.
So cool.
Even you doing the motion
So
makes
cool.
that skeeves me out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me weird. Do you guys clean your ears with Q-tips? You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. I
Yeah,
thought.
I know.
Every day?
Yeah.
Every day.
Every
You
day.
gotta get in the
around?
shower.
Every
you-
day,
I
every
don't
day,
touch them.
every day.
My ears clean themselves.
I know. They say you're pushing the gunk in.
oh man, I'd love to see what's in there.
Oh, dude, I bought this B-Bird thing. It's awesome.
What is that? A bee-bird?
It's called B-Bird, and it's like
Justin
it has a
Bieber.
camera on it, and you hook it up to your phone, and you can go in your ear and see, and it's got a light on it, and you can literally get every little piece of earwax.
Ugh.
Bring it in.
It is
I don't know if I want that.
amazing.
You've done it
It's got a
already?
little hook. It's got a little thing that you hit a button, and it's got like a little clamp, and you can like go in there and like
What?
You need to bring
see.
it in.
You can see
How
spots you
much does this
missed.
cost?
Because I don't remember how much it was on Amazon. Not crazy. It was under 100. It was like $80 maybe.
Worth it.
Where did you find yourself? Like, how did you find yourself on Amazon getting such an item?
I hate to admit it, but I think it was like an Instagram ad that I was like, actually, you know what? My friend Paige in Nashville had one, and we were talking about it, and then it came up in my
No
phone
way.
was listening, and then it
Yeah,
came
yeah.
up in my Instagram feed, and I was like, you know what?
Word of mouth marketing really is
Yeah.
taking on a whole new meaning.
You
these
got
days.
me. You just. I'm gonna go look it up
I'm
now.
gonna get
telling
an
you,
ear
dude,
cleaner
it
app?
is pretty interesting because you can go in there and it's got little attachments and it's just got a tiny, tiny little. It's almost like the closest you'll ever be to being an orthoscopic surgeon because you're in there.
Yeah, you're
you can
doing
see,
surgery.
and it
Yeah.
has a little
Wax.
stopper on it so you can't go too far in. It has like
There's
a
my
little
eardrum.
knot.
Let's touch that.
It's pretty wild.
So you've
Oh.
seen the inside of your ear.
Yeah.
That's what I was just at the doctor the other day, and they were looking in my ears. You know how they do, and I go, "Hey, how's it look in there?" Like I want to know, is it super gross?
Look up B-Bird.
I just wait for them to go. Yep.
No, every time I get out of the shower, I
Which
use
means
Q-tips.
check.
Do you?
Yeah, and it's satisfying.
It's very satisfying.
Until every once in a while you go too far and you go, too far.
Do you do the outside of your ear?
Everything.
Yeah, good. Oh man,
B-Bird.
I'm
That's-
getting more as I'm getting
Dude, that
older.
feels
Like
so
things
good.
are happening. I'm getting more
hair.
earwax and
Oh,
Ooh,
it's
look at this.
disgusting.
everything's
Look at
weird.
this.
Everything weird is happening.
You know
to
what?
me.
People are gonna get this though, and then what? This isn't stopping at the ear. It hasn't stopped at the ear with you.
$36.
You've looked at all sorts of things.
Hey,
saying.
I'm not. Yeah, maybe I have. Maybe I have seen what's up my
You
nose.
didn't get
You're
this for
speaking my
your ear.
language.
Maybe I am sounding with it.
I'm just slowly building like a hospital room at my house where I'm going to have everything that they have at the hospital.
Click on that, though. I want them to see this.
Courtney says bobby pins are good ear cleaners. I'm sticking
No,
a pin in my ear.
no,
Get out of
no.
here.
Let me ask you
No.
this: and this is kind of disgusting because for whatever reason we're not disgusted by the ear, but sometimes I'll take a Q-tip and I'll get all the gunk in in my septum of my nose and whatnot. Like I'll go in there and get like all of that stuff just like out. Anybody? No? Back to you.
The what?
So this is
The
hell's wrong with
septum
you?
of your nose.
Yeah.
so this is an otoscope that looks like a Sonicare.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like a Sonicare brush.
Look at the little hook
It looks
on
like
the
a
end.
colonoscopy
Oh, it's got like a
reading.
cup, right?
yeah,
It's
like
got
a-
little. It's got little like
Scooper.
scoopers, but it also under the scooper it has little tweezers where you can like grab
Oh
pieces
my
if you
God.
want
Oh.
This looks cool as hell.
to. It is
Oh,
cool. Look at that. And you
Oh,
can
I'm
get
gonna
in
buy
there.
one.
Look at that cartoon.
Get that.
I'm telling you, dude.
I'm gonna get everybody one for Christmas.
It'll blow your
Yes.
mind.
One for Christmas?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
That's my
Or
gift.
stab your mind. I'm worried.
You want
that-
one for Christmas?
It's got a little stopper on it.
I know. I feel like the one random time that I'm doing that in the bathroom or something, the wall's gonna fall down, hit my elbow, and boop.
It's got a big
Could
stopper
happen.
on it, dude. It's like a cork.
Could happen. I was going through my kids' candy again yesterday, looking for a treat. It really was a crappy Halloween.
What are you doing right now? It's okay.
Is this your worst Halloween ever?
It really was.
It really
Yeah,
was.
it really was.
And you know why you're so bummed? Because you actually went all out and had that whole damn costume.
Yeah.
You had the whole thing. You were like prepared for a good one, and it did not deliver. You did your part,
Maybe that's it.
and it didn't do its
Yeah.
part.
I
Disappointment was immense.
immediately got home yesterday and I took down all my Halloween decorations.
That's it.
I bagged up the candy. I told my husband, "You take this to work tomorrow. Get this
man.
thing out of here."
So
'Cause
you're
I had like
upset,
5
too.
pieces. No, I'm fine. I'm transferring into Thanksgiving mode. So now I'm
No, my wife said, "Get all this candy out of here. Can you bring it to work?" I'm not bringing it to work.
no.
Thanksgiving's a real hero. It's another food holiday, but it's savory
yeah.
food. And it's okay. It's there's less guilt, and it's all about family. There's no
It's not
expectations. There's no.
Yeah, I
no-
think, this Halloween, and Halloween's not my favorite holiday, but it didn't live up to my expectations this
Sorry,
year.
buddy.
Did you guys see the video that's going viral of the woman emptying the entire bowl of Halloween candy outside at home in Texas, and she pulled the kids into it too?
Yeah.
Stealing all that candy?
Yes.
Oh, it was a grab and go.
Yes, it's kind of quickly been it's making its rounds, and it's got politicized pretty quick.
What
It got
happened?
politicized already?
Yeah.
Why? Candy's political?
Everything is.
Everything
I just thought it was just a rotten mom, like
It
encouraging
was.
her kids.
It
hate
definitely
it here.
was, but it became like just
Did
A
you say I hate
Republican
it here?
Democrat thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going
Yeah.
to Mars, man. I can't
buddy.
deal.
yeah.
Switzerland.
Well, what are they saying?
It's immigration. They made it an immigration thing
How?
because the family was Latin. So like it was just wild, man. I'm just like, can't it just be a
Are we talking
bad
about the
mom
same
and a
video
bad family?
with the column? It was from Texas.
Yeah, there was like a tall dude in a sweatshirt who wasn't in a costume, a lady, and then a bunch of kids ran up and they all just emptied the pot.
I thought it was just a white woman.
Maybe it's a different video. I don't
Look
know.
up Halloween heist, and maybe we're talking
Halloween heist.
about That's what
Coming
I'm
to the
calling it, a
Hallmark
Halloween
Channel.
heist.
Is that what everyone else is calling it?
I don't know. What else would you call it?
I just feel like nothing can happen without somebody being like, "Yep."
I just thought it was a white woman and like
This is
a
because of
rotten,
NAFTA.
Let's
I
see.
guess.
just a
so
rotten
maybe.
woman with her kids, and she's yelling at the kids too.
Viral video of adults stealing Halloween candy sparks immigrant backlash.
Okay, let's see.
There you go.
Let's see what video it is.
Well, let's get a political ad. So off to a.
And this is from
Off to a good
Newsweek.
start.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, come on with these.
Oh.
There's a picture of the wall.
Video. Okay, it's an ad for
Advertisement.
an Amazon commercial.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, prepare
This
to
is where
fast
they
forward.
trick you and they don't actually show you the video. They just show you a robot talking
What
and
is
pictures of the
this?
president.
This is,
Yeah,
We got tricked.
the internet sucks now. The internet.
We hate the
sucks
internet.
now.
Go find it. Find the video.
Okay.
It's not on that site.
Okay, I see. Come on now.
Videos.
Mom and kids taking Halloween candy.
That's it.
This one?
The one on the right. That
This one.
Is that the white woman?
Nope.
Oh.
That's
Wow,
one.
that is a very good clear video.
Okay, here we go. This is on
Here we
TMZ.
go.
What are they using, a red?
Yeah, I thought it was a white woman
It's not.
Why is her face not blurred and her
because she's
face?
the kids.
Oh, I see.
They blurred out the kids.
A tall guy in a sweatshirt comes up, finishes emptying them out. I mean, it was basically just a family heist.
Do you notice how she looked right at the camera for a brief second? We sure this isn't like set up in some way?
I don't.
It's just a nest.
Hey, I have that little thing too. The little cauldron.
Like it's a cauldron.
I bought that cauldron as
like
well.
it's a cauldron of candy outside the house. Like it's a nice house. I think a musician lives there.
Well,
It was Trent Reznor's house. No.
No, it was a country
Trent
musician.
Reznor lives in Texas.
Spoiler alert.
It's a country musician. Like he's in a band. Pretty popular too.
Jason Aldean.
He's in a band.
Blake Shelton.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay, man.
I don't know. They
Diamond
politicized
Rio.
it.
yeah. Well, and to me, when I watched it, I was like, I'll be honest. This looks like a heist me and my friends would have pulled in like 1994. If you left a pot of full-size candy bars out on the porch, we
Yeah,
might
for
come
sure.
up there and ransack you. It just seemed like a crappy thing to do.
Yeah, and crappy things.
And it kind of just
happen
stops there.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's wild.
To be honest, though, if that would have happened at my house, like if after we closed things down, went to bed, and I left my candy out there, and somebody did that to me, this is just me. I'm not trying to be political. I would be thankful because I'm getting rid of that candy anyway.
Me too, man.
And I feel like that's how we all feel.
At the end of the night. Apparently, the story here is the guy put the candy out there and because he wanted to go watch the World Series game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to answer the door anymore, so he just put the candy out there. And this woman and the kids came up and just cleaned him out.
She's a cool mom.
They went full
Cool
raccoon.
mom.
They went full
Don't
raccoon.
encourage This is a bad mom.
They went
This is me as a
full
mom, you
raccoon
guys.
family, dude.
That's a bad mom.
I'm going to take her side and just say, whatever.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to take this side.
Just to
Who
be a
cares?
contrarian, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
There is a
Just take
follow-up
it.
video where a neighbor saw what happened, and then he took his candy and put it in. Like, oh my God, they got cleaned out, and he took his candy and put it in the bowl.
Yeah. I mean,
That's rotten.
it's
Stop
totally
it.
rotten. But that's part of the planet, man. That's what happens.
I guess
People,
so.
not all people are great people.
you know, I wish I could have just left my bag. You know what? I'm going to call Tim and go, leave the bag on the front porch and just let somebody take it. Like
nobody's going to do it now.
Well, now you're just going to get animals.
Now, if folks can't be home to pass out candy, should they not leave a bowl?
No, leave a bowl. Leave
a bowl.
This is one happening.
Speaking of animals.
This happens all the time now.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, it's probably a small percentage of people, and what do you know? Not everybody's perfect.
I left a little, we saw on our cameras last
Sorry,
night.
I robbed the bank. Not everybody's perfect.
Sorry, Mr. Perfect.
Last night on my cameras, we saw that one of our homeless cats was running around the neighborhood, and I went out and left a little bowl of food for him because I love him. And anyway, kept the lights on, and Tim's like, oh my gosh, possum! Possum's out here. I'm like, what? And this huge, and I happen to think possums are super cute, this ginormous possum was on my porch eating this food last night. I sat there for about 20 minutes watching this thing.
I run over a possum once a month.
No.
Once a month?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
sweet.
What, are you seeking them out?
No, they commit suicide.
With you specifically?
I mean, I guess at my time,
Dr. Death.
Wow.
when
Here
I'm
it comes,
driving-
here it comes.
Euthanasia.
When I'm driving, and it's always on Wild Horse Creek.
Oh, bummer. I love
They
them.
run in the middle of the road.
And, well, and we read, you're not supposed to.
And I do the ooh, and I try to get my wheels, and sometimes
I don't kill
Sometimes,
them.
once a month.
And I'm not
times.
feeding them. I didn't mean to feed it. It came up. I mean, it was eating the cat food.
Yeah.
But it was so cute. And I didn't take a photo of it. But the only thing I don't like about them is their big old rat tails. Like, if they didn't have
Yeah.
that, they'd be cute little bears.
I'm sure
Well,
your
they-
neighbors are really thrilled that you leaving food out and encouraging wildlife to come to your
I
house.
don't encourage
They
it. It
hiss
happens
at
like
you
once
too,
a month.
man. Have they ever hissed at you? When
No.
they get pissed, they hiss. Hey, how are you convinced? How do you know that this particular cat that you mentioned is unhoused? Maybe it belongs to somebody. Maybe it's just like an outdoor cat for somebody.
It does only show up at night, so it probably is somebody's. It's probably our neighbor's
Does
cat.
it look well fed?
No,
Yeah, she's feeding it.
of
course it's
I
well
feel
fed.
bad for him.
You probably have fewer moles and mice
Oh
in
yeah,
your neighborhood
we don't
than I
have
do.
mice
It's
or
own
anything like
fault.
that.
They eat ticks and slugs.
What's that?
Oh,
right?
possums?
Possums?
Possums are good for they eat a lot of rodents, snakes, insects, ticks, and slugs.
Sweet. Yeah, stick around.
So they get ticks out of your yard and stuff. So
And they have nowhere to go in the winter.
I think they're just blind.
Yeah, we got a bunch of bats.
I
in
think
our,
that's why they're in the road, and they're kind of dumb.
we got
They're
bats
dumb
in our
because
backyard. and I
they'll
love it.
run into the car.
Yeah.
We got
Suicidal.
We got a lot of bats behind our house, which I love. I almost want to put one of them bat boxes up there, but I know
Yeah.
sometimes that's not a good idea. But every time I see them, I'm happy because fewer
That's cool.
mosquitoes, dude. Which
Yeah.
now I'm sure the bats wouldn't be there if we didn't have a mosquito issue.
But
But
now real quick back to Halloween candy, because people do have questions like how long will your leftover Halloween candy last? Like, this is news. This is something you can actually use here. So 5 types of candy, how long you've got to go through it all. Like chocolate candy, if it's unopened, up to a year. Dark chocolate lasts up to 2 years.
hey, and just because you get the chocolate with the chalk, like when it starts to look kind of chalky, all that is like something separated. It's still fine.
Yeah, it's still fine. So unopened, regular chocolate, milk chocolate, a year. Dark chocolate, 2 years. For open bags of loose chocolate candy, cut those timelines in half. Candy corn, 3 to 6 months if stored at room temperature. An unopened package can last up to 9 months.
An open package though, because I went for some yesterday that we had out from
not
our
true.
Friday Halloween party, and it was a no-go.
No go, really?
No, I dropped it in the ceramic bowl and it went tink, 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 tink. And if it's tinking, it's out for me.
Yeah, but that's the candy coating.
No. This was a high-pitched tink. It's got to be much lower. It's got to have some softness to it. I like a soft candy corn.
All right, gummy candy, 6 months to a year, depending on how it's stored. A cool, dry place is best. Sour candy, up to a year. If you open a bag, store it in an airtight container to increase the shelf life. Hard candy like lollipops and Jolly Ranchers, the National Confectioners Association says a year. But a study at Kansas State found it's the one type of candy that could pretty much last forever if stored properly. So, there you go. Something you can put in your pocket.
Hey, just one thing back, because we were talking about smells not too long ago of the 80s and 90s. You know what smell just hit me? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Late 80s, early 90s. And you have to tell me if you went to one of these places. 2 smells. One, the arcade. The arcade had a very unique smell. It was like plastic,
Dirty carpet.
Dirty carpet and coins. Mm-hmm. And then I'll tell you a place I probably spent so much time that had a very unique smell. Back to the baseball cards things was a place called Shortstop 2 on Watson across from Crestwood Plaza. And it was owned by a couple like diehard Blues fans, and it was baseball cards, hockey cards, memorabilia, and comic books. And the dude, I spent so much time in there that the place had a smell. It was almost like a bookstore and baseball. I was inside of a baseball card pack. Do you know what I'm talking about? That like, did you ever go to like a comic book store or a baseball card store?
Oh yeah, and had a particular scent
basis?
to it. It smelled magazines.
Maybe that's it, because that smell in particular probably encompasses a solid
Like new comic
5
books
years.
had a. It was the smell like the ink.
Yeah, whatever that was, that is so distinct in my memory of a child. Is that smell?
Yeah, we had a place, Wizard of Cards.
Wizard of Cards.
Wizard of Cards.
Wizard of Cards.
The Wizard of Cards.
Oh man.
Pay no attention to the Wizard of Cards. Hey, today, okay, November 2nd. So today is, as far as the holidays go, All Souls Day. Today is Broadcast Traffic Professionals Day. Today is Cookie Monster Day. Today is International Stout Day. Today is National Make Men Dinner Day. Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse you.
National Men Make Dinner Day.
Oh, yeah.
That
yeah.
changes
He reads,
everything.
Yeah, his brain sees what it needs
All
to
the
see.
women are like, great.
Today is Plan Your Epitaph Day, which is kind of morbid.
Whoa.
Today is Practice Being a Psychic Day. And I thought of Rafe immediately when I saw this. Today is National Deviled Egg Day.
Oh, yeah,
That's your jam, right?
Hell yeah. No better egg than the deviled egg. It's the most hardcore metal egg. It's the devil's egg.
Of all the eggs. I'm not a deviled egg guy.
I am.
You're missing out, dude.
It's the ant. It's what ants bring to the party. All of our ants have brought their deviled eggs to.
Does every family have a recipe?
Oh yeah. Yes.
I love a good deviled egg, dude. Salt and Smoke's got some good deviled eggs, man. They serve
do
it
they?
on some pimento cheese with a little piece of what kind of bacon do they put in it? I don't
Like
know.
candied.
They put a little something in the top. It's good.
You know who's got a good one that you can get right now for lunch later? Is Crow's Nest in Maplewood.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Good deviled eggs?
Great deviled eggs.
Something I would never consider ordering.
Never.
Yeah.
I always like on a holiday spread or whatever, there's always a deviled eggs. I
Homemade
always
food.
pass.
Yeah, me too. I don't.
Has it been burned?
No, it just
doesn't look
never looked
attractive to me.
appealing.
No.
Oh, so you've like never really like
I don't
toured
love,
through it.
I'll be honest with you, I don't love hard-boiled eggs.
Me neither. I'd
Not
be
the
willing
same
to say
thing.
I've
I love
probably
eggs.
never tried one.
It's not the same thing.
Hard-boiled eggs, though.
It's not the same thing.
But it is the same thing, right? They just whip the thing and put it back in.
Yeah, but it changes the whole
It does.
Paprika.
Changes the
changes
Pepper,
the
yeah, you
whole
dust the
texture and
paprika on top.
dynamic. It's not like when you bite into like a deviled egg and it's all like the same exact thickness and texture. You're just like, it's fine.
You mean a hard-boiled egg?
Hard-boiled egg, yeah. Which, don't get me wrong. When I'm on the road, I'll stop at a gas station and get a couple hard-boiled eggs, put some salt and pepper on them, and just raw dog
Every
them in the
other
car.
option they have at that place, that's what you get?
Well, just sometimes I'm trying to go like low carb.
Right.
That's low carb gas station
Health.
shopping, brother.
I've been to a billion.
Go to a gas station and show me something with no carbs in it.
I've been to a billion
There's
gas
three
stations.
things: beef jerky, hard-boiled eggs, and nothing else.
What percentage of gas stations are selling hard-boiled eggs? I've never seen.
I've
it.
seen
say
He does it.
I've seen
100%.
them.
100% of
By
them?
the sandwiches.
Yeah, usually they do. They have like a
Really?
bag. It's like a bag.
Well, it's like
I
a
never
watery
knew that.
bag.
A watery bag.
It's as if I
And
don't
you-
see
and
them.
you're the moisture queen.
I would never.
You would never want
ever in
that.
a million years think I'm going to put this on.
Do you
They're
dry
in a
off
watery
the-
bag?
Yeah, well, it's because there's liquid. Rafe, do you do like a paper towel and kind of dry it off before you eat it, or you just slopping that thing
No,
down?
I dry it off. Then I take a little salt and pepper packet and salt bay it up, and then just driving down the road. Bob Seger's on. Night Moves is playing, and I'm raw dogging a peppered hard-boiled egg on my way to the Tulsa loony bin, being like, I'm losing weight and I'm following my dreams.
Man.
I've seen them come in like a plastic pack too, like a plastic like hard pack.
Single
Yeah.
serve?
Single serve.
Yeah,
Just like normally, like 1 or 2 eggs.
yeah.
Greg Ward made fun of me on the road one time because we went to a Hy-Vee in Columbus, Ohio. You know, he drove, so I didn't have a car, and he's like, let's go grab some groceries, keep in the hotel room. And I grabbed one of those like family platters of deviled egg. And he goes,
so weird.
"What are you doing, man? You gonna have a picnic in the lobby? What the hell is this?" And I was like, "Hey, man,
That's perfect.
these are ready to rock. Anytime." I was like, I think I was doing keto at the time, but I was just like, "Hey, I got 16 deviled eggs I'm about to put into the little fridge in my hotel.
Ready to go.
And
Man.
that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby. That's a snack.
Hey, you said
loaded with protein.
Yeah.
you said
Universal.
it's write your own epitaph day.
Yeah.
If you got to do it right now, what's this?
My epitaph?
Right now. You have 15 seconds.
Oh.
5, go, 3, 2. What? Go.
He talked a lot.
Mine would just be thanks. That was fun.
Mine would be back to you.
Back to
there you
you. Mine would just be thanks. That was fun.
Yours would be energy.
Here lies Scott
up.
Rizzuto. He talked a lot.
Energy up.
Noted.
Noted.
That's your catchphrase, man.
Right, but I'm not sure.
Because
I'm
your
not
energy
sure
would be
there's
leaving your
energy.
body.
Oh,
going-
yeah. I see. Energy up. Oh, yeah.
it seems like it's-
spiritual.
Yeah, double entendre.
All right, go ahead.
What?
Your
Mine?
epitaph.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. 3,
Well,
5
2,
seconds.
1.
What?
I just have pork steak on there.
That's all I would say.
I would need an epitaph because my gravestone would be the shape of a pork steak.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone would know exactly what.
Take a left at the Smith and go right down to the.
But that's your
pork steak.
headstone will be shaped like a
my headstone will
pork
be
steak.
shaped like a pork steak, and it'll have a pit to put charcoal in. People can come out and grill them up right on top of me.
Yeah.
That's
And
nice.
I would
Hang out with me.
Instead of leaving flowers, I just leave deviled eggs.
Yep.
Right.
And
there,
they get
just a-
eaten.
a
And they
pa-
go,
Yeah,
he's here.
a bag of. I dry them off first.
All right, before we move on to the Team Rizz Member of the Day, I got to shout out the different companies that are sponsoring our heads this week, and we'll start with Moon, because all these companies, all these great companies, these local companies have made generous donations to the Song Society.
That's right.
And we'll start with Moon.
Thank you so much to Faster House, your local home buyer. If you or somebody you know has a house that you need sold quickly, Faster House is the place to go. No formal inspections, contingencies, or shenanigans. They'll get you to the closing table, even if the house smells like cats or hard-boiled eggs. Check out fasterhouse.com to learn more.
And thank you, Faster House. Learn.
Yes, Getaway Carts. They are a local St. Louis golf cart dealer with new and used golf carts. They even have e-bikes, which we're going to get for our e-bike gang we're going to start. Golf carts available to fit any budget, and financing is available if you need it. Full service customization of your golf carts, which would be really cool with like a Van Halen logo. Call them right now, 314-650-2951, or actually go onto their website, getawaycarts.com.
Thank you, Getaway Carts. Rafe.
On my head, you will find a very colorful beanie from Flynn Landscaping, specializing in lawn, landscaping maintenance, irrigation, and arbor care in Ladue, Frontenac, and surrounding areas. Now hiring salary and hourly employees up to $78,000. You heard me right, $78K per year with paid vacation, paid sick days, and paid training and certifications. If you need work done or you're looking for a career change, go to FlynnLandscapingInc.com or 314-243-6784 for more information.
Thank you, Flynn Landscaping. I know Scott's not here, but had he been here today,
The spirit of Scott riding on Carl's head, the mannequin, which is a high honor. I have just-in-time pro services. Just-in-time construction and remodeling fall. And the holidays are approaching. We're starting to spend much more time indoors, and if you're beginning to realize it might be time for that updated kitchen, bathroom, finished basement, painting project, maybe just some minor repairs, let Justin and his team of experienced remodeling contractors bring those dreams into reality. He's been serving the St. Louis area since 2002. Give him a call directly to see how he can be of service to you, or call at 314-570-2000. 314-570-2000, or reach out to him on Facebook at JustInTime247.
And my head's sponsored by Trimlight Southeast Missouri. Trimlight, an innovative patented lighting system that allows customers to have permanent exterior lighting professionally installed on their homes and businesses, eliminating the hassle and worry at a hanging Christmas or holiday lights ever again. Serving Southeast Missouri and surrounding areas, we will come to you. Trimlight Southeast Missouri, smart, secure, and worry-free lighting redefined. TrimlightSemo.com. And thanks to all the companies for their donations to the Song Society. And that is sponsored by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From O'Fallon, Missouri, Jarrett Baldwin is our Team Rizz member of the day.
Hey, Jared.
Jarrett has been a listener since college and is an avid Rizz evangelist. Loves all the crazy arguments and ideas that are discussed daily on the show and listen to the show while traveling around the country as a geologist.
Oh, very nice.
Loves Freak of the Week. Loves Headline Hooshe. Well, Freak of the Week for you. Dedicated to you, Jared, is next. Jarrett Baldwin from O'Fallon, Missouri is our Teamers Member of the Day. Get super sweet Teamers Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/TeamRizz. All right, we will take our first break in the morning. We'll come back with another quarterfinal matchup. It's the Craigslist Freak of the Year. So we have the number 4 and the number 5 seed going at it. And based on your votes, one of the ads moving on to the semifinals. Getting down to it. 1-4-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails. Rizz Show at 1057thepoint.com. Craigslist Freak of the Year quarterfinals coming up. Also, 8 o'clock, Gravity Kills will be here. Local fellas, Gravity Kills have a big show coming up at the pageant next Saturday, the 11th. Also, we'll talk to the master distiller and blender of Metallica's Black and Whiskey, Rob Dietrich, who's got a thing this coming Saturday over at the Wine and Cheese Place. Also, crap on celebrities, porno birthday, all that fun stuff coming up. Boy, getting down to the end of this Freak of the Week thing. Mm-hmm. Freak of the Year. So quarterfinals, and then, let me see, we got this quarterfinal matchup, one next week, and then we're straight into the semifinals. And then December 7th, we officially crown the Craigslist Freak of the Year.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa. So who's it going to be?
I got my ideas.
You got your ideas?
Yeah, I think I know who it's going to be for me.
Well, we've got the number 4 and 5 seed going up against each other in this quarterfinal matchup. Based on your votes, one of the ads moving on to the semifinals. Where'd Rafe go?
I think I think a woman trapped him in the hallway. I don't know. He's all right.
A woman trapped him in the hallway.
Like he's got a gag on. I don't know. You just never know what's going on around here. There's a freak in the hallway. I don't know.
Huh?
A freak in the hallway. That's my understanding. Like, what I don't understand is, like, they know, people need to go back on the air here.
You got to no thanks, no time.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a place to be.
Yeah, we've got things to do. All right, so the number 4 and 5 seed going up against each other. Rafe is familiar with these ads, so that's fine. But based on your votes, one of the ads moving on to the semifinals. You'll vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show. And here we go. Lern, you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Our number 4 seed. It's the quarterfinals. Craigslist. Where were you? Somebody trap you? Lern said somebody trapped you in the hallway.
Yeah, I said you were gagged and bound in the hallway.
I was. I got trapped.
Damn, you gotta watch out.
There's criminals walking these halls.
Yeah, man. Lern coming at you.
Cake farts. Man for woman. 28 years old. Seoul, South Carolina. South Korea. What is your favorite cake topping? Hee hee. I'll tell you mine. Big rippin' farts. I want a playful pooter to spend the evening with. Giving me my favorite sweet treat. Chainsaw farts on a moist, spongy cake. I will have many types of cake ready to receive your essence. Want a cool sensation? Get naked from the waist down, spread your cheeks, and plop down on an ice cream cake. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. Tee-hee. I literally can't get enough. Watching that icing bubble with the shockwave of your flatulence sends shivers down my spine and makes the hairs on my body and other things stand on end. I will Joe while I watch you unload a long, loud, stinky one right on top like a cherry. It's just for me. After you beef all over my little handheld treat, I will gobble it up while it's fresh and get that fart into my belly. Once I hit my finish line, you can do whatever you want to me. Cover me in cake and icing and turn me inside out. I would like to videotape all of our play if you're cool with it. I won't show your face, only that noisy little ass. P.S. I don't expect you to do all the work. I will prepare a meal that will make you very gassy so you can bake me up some fresh air biscuits, cauliflower, cabbage, beans, onions, chocolate milk, anything else you request that'll stir up your insides. American living in Seoul, hoping to find another American out there.
That's actually the number 5 seed.
Oh.
Pooter McGavin. Pooter McGavin is our number 5 seed. In the competition, the cake farts guy looking for a lady to do that.
To do that.
To do that, yes. To do that. To do that. We first heard from Pooter back in July. Who could forget? July 6th.
Fresh air biscuits.
Yeah. Okay. I think
fresh.
We got a contender, huh? Pooter McGavin. Pooter McGavin up against the number 4 seed. Lern coming at you.
Mukbang helper, woman for anyone, 30 years old, Vancouver. Hello, fellow mukbangers. Looking for a partner for an extreme eating and eliminating show. I'm fairly new to the game, but I'm already psyched for the next level. You'll come to my place and feed me ramen, burgers, chicken fingers, candy bars, gummies, bacon, Takis, fried fish. You name it, I'll stomach it. I'm an eating machine. Of course, I'll be live streaming on my channel. Part 1 is the eating, and part 2 is the eliminating. I don't purge after all that food. You'll wait with me 24 to 48 hours and document all of my bowel movements. I can't actually stream what happens in the toilet, but you'll be the reporter on the scene. You'll be describing the smell, texture, and the amount. We'll weigh it. You can even sketch it. I know my viewers are curious. It's been my number 1 question. I eat more than anyone, and I eliminate more than anyone. Let's go on this journey together and become stars and maybe make a little money. I don't know anyone else doing a 2-part show.
All right, that's Lady Kaka. Lady Kaka.
Kaka.
All right, that's the number 4 seed in the competitions. There you go. That's this quarterfinal matchup. Pooter McGavin versus Lady Kaka. One of these ads will move on to face the number 1 seed, Skatatui.
Man, the doo-doo bracket is strong.
Who is it gonna be? Because next week we'll hear from Susan Boyle and Jason Jisringhausen. So this is
Coming out of the crap 10.
Yeah. This is an interesting matchup. Lern, I go to you first.
Please.
Who will you be endorsing in this round?
It's Pooter McGavin for me, mainly because when I think of ripping flatulence on some icing, I can see the ripples. I can see what happens to that icing in my mind. And to me, that stands out
In
more
slow
than
motion.
anything. Yeah,
Okay.
like a big old riptide.
Okay. All right. Rafe?
Yeah, I'm going to second Lern. I'm going to go Pooter McGavin. I can almost see the scientific value in Lady Kaka. Like, it's not as freaky to me as much as it's like, hey, yes, this is gross, but hey, we're going to measure it. We're going to weigh it. We're going to document this. It almost feels like Darwin, you know, like in the Galapagos a little bit.
It is the Galapagos. That's a great way to put it.
For science?
Yeah, it's a little scientific, whereas the other one is just pure freak. Pooter's pure freak, dude. He's in Seoul, Korea looking for a soulmate to rip farts on cake and put them in his belly.
Yeah.
And to me, that is the quintessential essence, no pun intended, of Freak of the Week.
Okay. Moon, who are you endorsing?
Yeah, I thought you guys were all going to go for Lady Kaka just because, Pooh goes a long way.
Who goes a long way
in this competition?
Freak of the Week, yeah.
Yeah, it really does. But I'm definitely Pooter McGavin because the Lady Kaka, that's a business. You know what I mean? Like they're doing something for somebody else's fetish, and that's not their thing. They're just doing it to make money and do whatever.
They're entertainers.
In jars.
And Pooter McGavin, that's his thing. He wants you to put the cherry on top, but the cherry is an air biscuit, and I think Pooter McGavin deserves this.
I think I'm there with you. Lady Kaka is an entertainer.
Yes.
Are you not entertained?
Absolutely.
Are you not entertained?
Like you'll watch me eat, and then part 2 is eliminating, and we're going to find a workaround because obviously I can't stream that.
Right.
So it's what my audience is demanding.
An entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur. It's I'm not gonna.
Also, I sized up the 2 meals.
Not gonna. No pun intended. Crap on that.
Everything that Lady Kaka was going to eat sounded good. Bacon. I believe there were Takis involved.
Candy bars, fried fish.
Yeah, all
ramen, burgers.
Yeah, that sounds like a pleasant meal to have with someone, as opposed to cabbage, chocolate milk. All the Pooter wanted the real
beans, onions.
Yeah,
anything, cauliflower, anything that's going to stir up the insides.
Oh yeah.
All right, so for me, it's Pooter McGavin. The rest of us as well. We're endorsing Pooter McGavin to move on to the next round. It's up to you guys. You guys will vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show, and tomorrow morning when we sign on, we will tell you who's moving on to face Scatatui.
That's right.
In the semifinals. I just want to say congratulations to all the contestants. You guys have worked so hard to get here.
You really have.
And here we are. This is why we do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we play the game.
Put in all the training. Put in all the hours.
Yes.
Deserve to be in the final.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, before we move on to, we got Crab on Celebrities coming up after the break. We do have a concert announcement to make at 8 o'clock. Did you see what it is, Moon?
Possibly. I've seen a lot of concerts.
It's a big one.
Yes.
I
know the one you're talking about.
An iconic band. An iconic band coming to town playing the amphitheater.
Mm-hmm. Last time this band was here, I saw them at the pageant.
Oh, that's right. They did.
And that was a really cool show.
Yeah, they did play the pageant. That was it, yeah.
And it was like immediately sold out.
Yeah, this is a big deal coming up. And we'll have the announcement at 8 o'clock. I do want to talk about another big deal, what is something, an event that is quickly becoming iconic. We are once again teaming up with Glory Pro Wrestling for December to Rizz Member 3.
Wow.
Oh. December to Rizz Member 3 is happening.
What is this, Rizz?
It's Sunday afternoon, December 17th at the historic South Broadway Athletic Club. Enjoy an afternoon of in-ring action featuring a special appearance by AEW's all-ego Ethan Page. Along with Warhorse, he's wrestling.
My favorite.
Dan the Dad, and many more of your Glory Pro favorites. Plus special in-ring photo opportunity with us, special giveaways and more, with proceeds benefiting our annual food drive and Operation Food Search. So it's a charity event.
Oh.
It's December to Rizz Member 3, Sunday afternoon, December 17th at the historic South Broadway Athletic Club. All ages show. Tickets are on sale now. And get all the details on December to Rizz Member 3 at 1057thepoint.com. It's fun.
Do we get to wrestle, or how
I wonder
does
if Powerhouse is going to make an appearance.
Oh.
I was going to ask.
I've heard rumors.
I was going to ask if maybe Powerhouse will be there.
I've heard some rumors floating around, but I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't know.
And why don't you see if Powerhouse will make an appearance on the 17th of December?
I'll shoot him. He's still got a Hotmail account, so I'll have to shoot him an email, see if he's old school.
You know, Lern, if you want. If you want to wrestle, I mean, you could get a simple, physical and blood test, and you are.
And I need an outfit. I need a name. What's my? Hang on. If we could come up with the
hypochondriac.
The hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Yes, hypo.
Let's
go.
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
Captain Hypo.
Her finishing move is just taking somebody else's blood pressure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You're going to need your blood pressure taken after I'm done with you.
Yeah.
But like really tight.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, too tight.
My left arm.
150 and up.
All right. December to Rizz Member 3, Sunday afternoon, December 17th. All the details, 1057thepoint.com. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:34. Thursday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. It's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a lane blocked due to a crash 270 westbound at St. Charles Rock Road. Right-hand shoulder is blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound just before 270. So kind of that whole area is starting to become a mess. Also, delays at 270 eastbound between Gravois and Manchester. Average speed is down to 25 miles an hour, and there's a right lane blocked due to a crash 270 eastbound at Doherty Ferry. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 60. Right now it is 34 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Greta Kombucha, the final Beatles track, Saint Bradley Cooper, Celebrities Who Can't Drive, and the best Green Day songs of all time.
Green Day, you say, huh?
I do say.
Green Day. Huh, interesting.
Interesting.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrities. Stay there. Hey, guys, it's Thursday.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Hi, guys. Smash that like button.
Hi, guys. We're on YouTube.
Smash that like button. Leave a comment below.
People are liking the hypochondriac wrestling alias, only Lernochondriac.
Lernochondriac.
I think I might actually, this seems like something I need to do to get the stress out.
In the left corner, weighing it at 89.5 pounds.
That's right.
I mean, we go down to the Warhorse training facility.
I would welcome it. I think I'd be good at this. Like top roping it, body
Top
slamming
roping it.
people.
Oh, she's already jumping off the top rope.
With a record of 8 knockouts without touching people because, ew.
Damn.
The Suzanne Summers, I just crush people in my thighs.
Yeah.
Thigh trap.
She's grabbing her inhaler.
She's got her
Here
EpiPen.
comes the hypochondriac.
The EpiPen is out.
Reports unknown.
She's in a bubble. She comes out in a big gerbil bubble, rolls down to the ring.
Hell
Well,
yes.
we'll see you at the December to Remember 3 event
Thank you.
on December 17th over at the South Broadway Athletic Club.
Could see a powerhouse hypochondriac tag team event.
Yeah, hey,
Get me on those shoulders.
anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen. Hey, we had fun yesterday doing the number 2 show, the advice.
Yeah, that
crappy
was fun,
advice,
man.
The crappy advice for the number 2 show yesterday. If you missed it, it's up. It's archived up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
the 4 of us were
Not safe for work, by the way.
no. The
You're
4 of us
unedited.
were in bathroom stalls.
That's where you work.
Dishing out advice to the listeners. I think we solved some problems, guys, yesterday.
I think we did really help some people. And thanks for everybody that called in, man. It was fun.
The lady with the dip got the best advice. She was like, what do I bring to a potluck? And we gave her exactly
Oh, yeah.
what she needed.
We told her. But yeah, we'll do it again. If you guys missed it, it's archived up on the YouTube, but we'll do another live. We'll do another live number 2 show
Soon.
I had a lot of fun hanging out with you
I did
guys.
too. It was fun.
All right, today is November the 2nd. Back in the day, 50 years ago today in 1973, Billy Joel releases Piano Man. 44 years ago, 1979, Studio 54's owners are arrested for tax evasion. 40 years ago, 1983, Michael Jackson releases Thriller. 28 years ago, in 1995, the Soup Nazi episode of Seinfeld first airs. Is that the best episode?
Best episode? Ooh.
I think they say The Contest is probably the best episode.
The Shrinkage episode, too, is good.
You know,
might
it's,
be
you know
the
it's a great
best.
show when it's hard to design.
Yeah.
That might be the best ancillary character episode if we subcategorize into like not main characters. Because Seinfeld had a lot of really good like outside characters or ancillary characters. Like, what was the lawyer's name? Jackie
Childs.
Jackie Childs.
But the
was
Soup
great.
Nazi is actually based on a real place.
Oh yeah.
It was down the street from my old radio station on 56th Street, and the soup was great, and the guy was a jerk. And in fact, when the Soup Nazi episode aired, the guy was super pissed.
Imagine that.
Super pissed. Oh, sorry, you have a line 3 blocks long to get your soup. But then he leaned into it, and he started like releasing his own line
Oh, really?
of canned soups.
Yeah. For all things can be good.
22 years ago in 2001, Monsters, Inc. was released. 5 years ago in 2018, Bohemian Rhapsody was released, the movie. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. Did not like that movie. Did not like
Why?
it.
Him? His character? Like him
No,
playing
he
Freddie?
was fine. It's just the story. It was so, like, I guess maybe you know the real story of Queen. And you know, like, what really happened. And this was so, like,
Hallmarked.
hallmarked and Hollywooded. And
What's the real story? Synopsis. Because this is why Sacha Baron Cohen left the project. He was originally Freddie Mercury.
That's right.
And he walked because he was like, you guys are whitewashing this whole story. You're not really telling the Freddie. You're kind of
I'll
like,
just say at the end, you know, where he tells the band that he's got AIDS and then they go and play Live Aid. Like, the timeline is all wrong there.
Mm.
Like, the timeline is all wrong there. 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 Like, the timeline is all wr Like, he tells the band he has AIDS and then triumphantly plays Live Aid. You know, It didn't happen that way.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I think that's one of the reasons I never saw it. And I want to see it. I want to support Queen.
What did you feel like was glazed over?
I don't know. There wasn't. I feel like there's there's a darkness to the Queen story.
Yeah.
You know, Freddie Mercury, you know, struggling with sexuality, and they did address that. Mm-hmm. But I think there's a lot more to it than what they showed in the movie, and that's fine. You know, listen.
Have you read books
it won an Oscar.
Okay.
But I felt like I really didn't get the real story.
It was a Y98 version of the story.
Sure.
That was for like the mainstream of when you don't want to really think about stuff. You just want it to be hand fed to you, and yeah.
It was a nice.
Whitewash is a great
And that's
way to
too
say it.
complex of a band to do that, right? I mean, is that your take? It's just too. That's fine to do on some things, but that's too complex and too pivotal of a band to make that icing, right?
Yeah,
and
it's like when the bassist came up with the, you know, doo-doo-doo, boom, another one bites the dust, and they're in the studio, and the guys, you know, and they're like, that's it.
Yeah, that's...
hit record.
That's going to be a hit. We can all see it now.
And next thing you know, it's a huge smash. Does it happen like that? Yeah.
Was this where Mike Myers was playing their manager?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I saw it just the once, and it was all right.
All right.
You don't need to see it again.
I think the upsetting part was, at least for me, and I think for you too, if you remember this, is there was all this talk. Sacha Baron Cohen was talking about doing like a Queen story, and he was going to be Freddie Mercury, and it was going to be like a real deal, like holy
the real
smokes.
nuts and bolts.
Yeah, we're going to get into like the fire, not just the smoke of like all of the Queen history. And it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I needed this, but this is going to be so cool. This will be like a book, like reading like a real behind the scenes kind of book, and that would be great to add to the complexities. And they said no. But there was still like a bunch of buzz about it, and then they were like, "Oh wait, we got this other guy who's a phenomenal actor." But then when it came out, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it was a feel good, clean, easy story," and that's. I think that stacked on the Sacha Baron Cohen letdown was a bit much.
Yeah, I saw. There's an article where they asked Brian May like why he left, and he's like, Queen and Sacha Baron Cohen couldn't agree on what type of movie they wanted to make, and then Baron Cohen said, Brian May is an amazing musician, but not a great movie producer.
Yeah, because originally Brian May wanted to do the story of Queen after Freddie Mercury died. Like, what happened to the band after? And they go, nobody cares about that.
There are amazing stories about Freddie Mercury, Cohen explained. The guy was wild. Stories of little people with plates of cocaine on their heads walking around at a party. But Baron Cohen learned quickly these stories were not going to make the film. They wanted to protect the legacy of the band. And that was basically what...
Yep.
Which I totally understand. We just shouldn't have known about the Sacha Baron Cohen stuff in the works. Imagine if they were like, hey, they're going to do a movie about Black Sabbath and Ozzy and all the craziness. And then it came out looking like Fraggle Rock.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody'd be like, oh, what a bummer.
Did you guys like The Dirt when that came out?
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Done? Well,
that was good.
Okay.
And 3 years ago today in 2020, Baby Shark passes Despacito as the most viewed video on YouTube. Baby Shark now has over 13 billion views, while Despacito can only brag about having 8.3 billion. And that's what happened back in the day. All right. Time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest, brighthouse.com, 636-600-0188.
A buddy just texted, he said, the Queen movie, only time I thought, I wish this was gayer.
Yeah, it should have been gayer. I agree. Cher has been chosen to headline the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The legendary entertainer is going to appear right before Santa Claus makes his appearance.
Whoa. Doing what?
She's performing.
Lip-syncing.
Yeah, she'll be lip-syncing. Other lip-syncing performers that day will be John Batista, Belle Biv DeVoe, Brandy, Chicago, In Vogue.
Wait, this is for what?
This is for the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh,
which I watch every year.
So when you say lip-syncing, you weren't talking about Cher. You were talking about, because that's how they do that.
That's how they do it.
So absurd.
Oh, it's so absurd to watch them knowing that it's all lip-synced.
Did you go to this as a kid?
I went once.
Did you? Was it
not as a
fun?
kid, as an adult.
Nightmare?
I'm not a parade person.
Okay.
Did you take your kids? Like, did you
No.
take the family? Well, the parade
They
will
have to.
include 16 giant character balloons, 12 marching bands, and a whole lot of fun.
It's one of those. I only went just to say I went.
Yeah.
Like if you're a local, you don't go to Times Square for
Sure.
New Year's. If you're a local, you don't go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Carl, the intern from KC, used to go and be in the parade and hold balloons.
Oh, my mom's cousin does that every year.
Oh, really?
She holds.
Is it hard to do that? Like, I feel like that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But
Every year she does. I don't think
Wow.
she does it anymore, but for a long time she did it.
you got to wear like a matching leotard and stuff. And
Oh, really?
yeah, like they all have like suits and things that you got to wear. Like
2
to the
jobs.
uniform.
Hold rope. Don't fly away.
Exactly.
Did you hear my cousin Jackie? She's on Snoopy this year.
Oh, Snoopy? That's a big one.
Greta Van Fleet might be the first band to get their own kombucha. The group has teamed up for Tribucha for a new flavor called Controlled Burn. They say it features flavors of ginger, cayenne, and turmeric. Experience an ode to the artist's soul within us all. Make a toast to the tales yet unwritten. Moon, thoughts?
Greta
man.
Van Fleet kombucha.
I like kombucha.
Yeah, I think I would try this, especially if you're a big old Greta
Okay.
fan. Controlled Burn is on sale now at local locations of Publix, which I don't think we have any locally. A long-awaited new Beatles song, Now and Then, finally arrives today. We have a little snippet of the audio of this.
We really do.
And I haven't listened to it yet. I just put it in the crap on folder because I wanted to have a first reaction with you guys if you haven't listened to it either.
Huh.
It's the last recording ever to feature all 4 Beatles together.
So it's out today.
Why wasn't this released prior to?
I don't know, actually.
Did Paul say anything about
They
this?
just got an archive. Oh, yeah, everybody's involved.
Paul's doing the press for this too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is Paul and Ringo have given their stamps of
Their
approval.
thumbs up. And I think they've just been holding on to it, or maybe refining it. But Peter Jackson did the music video for it, which we'll put up on the blog. But yeah, you got a little bit of it
I
right
do.
here?
This is the new and final Beatles
This is it.
song. This is it. All right, here we go. Let me give it
Now and Then.
Just do here.
It's got a familiar ring to it.
I think I got your number.
I love it.
Yeah.
A+.
It's pretty good.
That's great.
You let Paul do lead vocals on that.
Yeah. It's got a George kind of written
George,
style.
yeah, it has a
Definitely
George
his part.
tempo. But definitely
God, that's
McCartney-inspired lyrics.
All right, fine. Here it is.
There it is.
There's John in his apartment in
it's
New
a
York
rap.
City, banging away at his piano,
Oh, maybe
doing a
this
little
sound
demo. Is it something we shouldn't do? Every time I thought like that, I thought, wait a minute. Let's say I had a chance to ask John, hey, John,
Hey,
would
John.
you like us to finish this last song of yours? I'm telling you, I know the answer would have been, yeah. He would have loved that.
It was very strange
Where's
when
the
we
song?
started.
I don't know.
that there's
Hang on,
only
I'm
3
emailing
of
you
us
something else. I
After all those
apologize.
years and all that life.
All right, there's Ringo.
Hold on. Hang on a minute.
Peace and love. Peace
and
and
All right, so see,
love.
George, so Ringo and Paul are they're all
That's
they're
cool.
all good with this.
I just
That's
emailed
cool.
it to you. Sorry. It's a video. Prepare yourself.
It's going through cyberspace now.
Yes, it's the Willy
Even
Wonka
though
Mike
we're-
TV.
Your mom is in the chat, by the way, and said, don't make fun of her accent.
Okay.
You almost did it there.
You see Aunt Jackie? That's cute.
All right.
All right. Sorry,
Beatles.
people.
Here we go. Okay. Where's the play button?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Oh, so it hasn't even.
Premieres
Coming soon.
at 8 a.m.
Well, I'm on
Premieres
pins
at
and
8
needles.
a.m. tomorrow.
We did this
What?
too early.
No.
We started over.
Tomorrow?
Crap on
That's what it
Celebrities
says.
is brought
Premieres
to
in
you by
24 hours, November 3rd
Mother
at 8
F.
a.m.
Okay. Anyway,
All
I'll
right.
find
Way
it.
to go, Lern.
Sorry. This is why I get paid the big bucks. Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr finished the song last year using AI technology to separate John Lennon's vocals from the original demo. And so, yes, the music video will be out tomorrow at 8 o'clock our time. That is directed by Peter Jackson. Thought I did the right MP3. I did not.
That's all
Anyway,
good. It's fine.
Huey Lewis is heading to Broadway next year. The Heart of Rock and Roll is a romantic comedy set to the music of Huey Lewis and the
Sweet.
News. I have audio of this that actually is Huey Lewis. I
Okay.
swear to God.
Gloria.
where he talks about developing the show. So here he is.
There he is. Huey Lewis.
It's an original storyline that it's not about me or my life, but all the music is Huey Lewis and the News music, and it's been sort of reimagined by our musical director Brian Yusufer, who's brilliant. And each song has been given a completely different setting than we did, and the whole thing is it's been just a wonderful experience, you know.
Interest in
There's
this?
Huey. Doesn't he have some bad hearing problems?
He did, and that's why he actually was working on this, because he couldn't go out and perform or do anything as invasive, I guess, as what he was doing before musically. And so working on this musical is an activity he got to do because his hearing is kind of shot.
Huey Lewis rules, dude. That's like all of the best parts of rock, ska, horns. Like, I mean, dude, if you're listening to Chicago or you're listening to those sort of like yacht rock playlists and all that kind of stuff,
sports record.
Just do a "This Is Huey Lewis" playlist and tell me that you're not in a better mood.
Oh yeah,
like,
man,
you're just living a better life.
Yeah, like the Huey Lewis channel on Spotify.
Oh, it rips.
I always go to American Psycho, so that movie kind of ruined Huey Lewis and the News for me.
It didn't make it better?
No, I just imagine blood everywhere and Jared Leto's dead and, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Hurts my heart. Hey, Brooke Shields suffered a grand mal seizure recently. Bradley Cooper came to her rescue. This story is really interesting. So Brooke Shields had been drinking a ton of water for an extended period of time. She was very busy, and she always felt dehydrated. The water flooded her system, caused her sodium levels to completely drop, and her seizure hit right after she entered a club. Everything started to go black, she says. My hands dropped to my side, and I went headfirst into a wall.
Whoa.
She was frothing at the mouth. Her skin turned totally blue, and she was trying to swallow her tongue.
Oh, my God.
Next thing she knew, she was riding in an ambulance with Bradley Cooper holding her hand. So somebody at the club tried to contact Brooke Shields' husband, kept getting an assistant. There was like a phone tag situation happening. And so the next person that knew Brooke that happened to be nearby was Bradley Cooper. And so he was like, absolutely all right in the ambulance with you and just stay with you until your husband gets here. And so she said, if this is what death is, where you wake up and Bradley Cooper's going, I'm going to go to the hospital with you, Brooke, and he's holding my hand. She's like, it was the best case scenario for having a seizure and getting the help she needed.
She woke up and he's like, hey, I just wanted to have another look at you.
I know you can flush your system out with too much water and all that, but she must have not been eating or something.
Right. Something else is going on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it wasn't on a show day or something, or she had something to do that night.
She had just a ton. Yeah, she was like stacking up 3 different projects at once.
Yeah, she must not have been eating and then drank too much water and all this kind of crazy stuff, because that doesn't just up and happen when you have no sodium like that. That's like a...
Well, water intoxication is a thing.
You can drown in there.
That is
when your levels of sodium are off. I mean, remember that whole hold your wee for a wee contest?
Yeah, and then a kid passed away, right?
No, it was a woman.
Oh.
You ever hear that story, Rafe?
This is a radio contest.
Radio contest. I believe it was in Sacramento. They were it was when Nintendo Wii was the hot toy, and you couldn't get one.
Right.
So this radio station did a contest where they had listeners come in, and whoever could drink the most water and not have to go to the bathroom won the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, because some scientist radio guy was like, it's just water.
Right.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have thought about it.
Same.
I wouldn't have thought about it.
Did you ever see Liar Liar?
No.
Remember that he says something like, while he's, because he's like a lawyer and he can't lie. Remember? And he says something like, I got to go to the bathroom. And he goes, do you really? And he says something about, how dangerous it is to hold it. Like, come on, man.
Here it
Jim
is.
Carrey taught us that.
I know it wouldn't be healthy for your bladder.
Right.
But I wouldn't think somebody would die. A woman wound up dying.
Yeah. There's been a lot of fraternities shut down for this, like hazing.
Really?
But that's usually for alcohol, right?
No, they switched to water because of alcohol poisoning, and then somebody died from acute water. Same thing. They made them like chug water and then it thins your blood.
I don't think Brooke Shields was doing any sort of hazing
Was
water.
she trying to win a Nintendo Wii?
She was.
Yeah,
she actually needed a new
water intake
console.
So careful out there, man. No extremes.
In other celebrity news, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were seen having a major fight, or discussion, I guess we should call this. Later, Ben was then spotted backing his car into another vehicle.
No.
And all I think about
man.
is him with that meme of him taking a huge drag off of a cigarette and just looking so pissed off. So I don't know what's going on there, but he backed into somebody, had to get insurance involved.
Everything's coming up Ben. Huh?
That's right.
I like Ben Affleck.
I do too. He's got a bad
I'm
rep.
rooting for the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about him. Like, I think we can hang out.
What is it about him?
I don't know. Like, I feel like we could, like, if I met him, we could be friends.
What version of Ben Affleck in your head, character-wise, do you like Ben? Like, who, when you think of that, like, I could hang out with Ben Affleck.
I think of meme Ben Affleck, looking all surly,
Is
smoking
that
a
who
cigarette.
you would want to play you in the
Scott Rizzuto story?
in the the Scott Rizzuto biopic that will be raw and unedited, nothing like Bohemian Rhapsody?
I could see that.
Ben Affleck would be good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well,
How tall is Ben Affleck?
He's
Is that-
tall.
Okay, well, that's not going to work.
we could
It's not going to work.
CGI.
Yeah.
We'll CGI out his
Hollywood
shins.
magic.
Yeah.
In other bad driving
CGI
news,
shins out.
CGI out the shins.
Alan Ruck, who we all know from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Cameron, and Succession, reportedly crashed his car into a pizza shop in Hollywood. So these people are driving like lunatics in Hollywood. He was driving his Rivian R1T electric pickup truck, which is cool as hell. And TMZ said the accident happened Tuesday night near the Walk of Fame. One person was injured after the crash, and Ruck stuck around for authorities to investigate. There is no indication of DUI, in case you're already judging.
Okay, two things.
Yes.
Thing number one, just received word that the Gravity Kills guys got the date wrong. They're coming tomorrow.
Great.
All right.
Read that from the boss, because I just texted the boss. I go, it's 8 o'clock. Where's the
Where are
friggin'
they?
band? You can read it. You can read it.
Jeff got the date wrong. He thinks he's coming in tomorrow. Does that work?
Yeah,
he's
that's
very
fine.
sorry.
It
Yeah,
happened.
Yes.
let me write him back.
He thinks he's coming in
That's-
tomorrow. Does he?
That's fine.
Fun.
Hey, guys, Gravity Kills tomorrow.
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 All right.
Tomorrow.
Look forward to it.
And
Let me
it is
review
8
yesterday's
o'clock.
promo.
So I guess I do have to make this very large
Please
concert
do it.
announcement. 105.7 The Point welcomes.
Oh, drummer. Oh. Sorry. It looked like he had a horn in his hand, but
No, he's
drumsticks.
Horn guys, get out of here. 105.7 The Point welcomes Green Day. Green Day coming to the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater Thursday, August 15th.
Check out the openers, dude.
With Rancid and the Linda Lindas. It's the Saviors Tour. Green Day, Rancid, the Linda Lindas, Thursday, August 15th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale officially next Friday at 10 a.m.
Right on.
It's a ripping show.
I saw Rancid once
Rancid is so good,
at
dude.
a Warped Tour. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Rancid has been so good for decades. From
Excellent.
I mean,
You ever seen Rancid?
I don't think I've seen them.
OG records, newer records, all of them.
I like Transplants a little bit better.
Really?
than
Transplants
Rancid.
was
cool.
Lars, right, from
Yeah.
Rancid and
And
Travis
Tim.
Barker?
And Tim,
With Tim Armstrong.
with Tim Armstrong. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell. I will be going to that show.
August 15th, it's a Thursday.
Oh, we'll go. It'll be
We
great.
can't take Friday off.
Okay. Well, hey, on that note, and finally, the top 10 Green Day songs of all time. Let's
Boy,
go.
see how that fits in?
See that?
How about that?
Oh my goodness! It's
The
like we
top-
timed it perfectly
The-
for
this
Gravity
show's-
Kills to forget today was the day.
Tomorrow we'll do
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
something fun for
It
Grandma.
all
Oh,
works
man, he
out.
thought it was tomorrow. Okay.
no big deal.
All good.
Happens.
Hey, you guys, when you come in tomorrow, you better bring a deli tray, okay?
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
They did
I thought you were
prosciutto.
telling Rafe and me to bring a deli tray. Like, what did we
Some
do?
Swiss?
He did
Well,
bring
I
a deli
brought
tray.
deviled eggs for Gravity Kills, and now I'm embarrassed because tomorrow is not National Deviled Eggs Day.
Yeah, and those don't hold over good.
Apparently, punctuality kills.
Hey, you're serious? You're
if you
serious
know
about
what
the
I mean.
charcuterie board, right? Because I am.
You know I never joke about charcuterie boards.
Good. That's not a laughing matter.
That last charcuterie board is going to be hard to beat that we got.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, top Green Day songs of all time.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what they're going to say. They're going to say it's either American Idiot or they're going to say Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Nah.
When I come around.
American Idiot is on the list, but number 6.
Oh, they're gonna say
When I
Good
Come
Riddance.
When I Come Around is number 5.
Basket case.
Number 3.
Okay. Number one is not going to be one that we love.
It's
No,
gonna
it's
be
not.
like
It's not going to be a Dookie one.
stink breath.
It's not a Dookie one.
It's not?
No, and that's
I thought
surprising.
for sure it would be.
No, it's going to be Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
It's not that.
Stink breath.
That's number 8.
It's Geek Stink Breath,
Geek stink breath.
That's not even top 10.
which is my favorite song of theirs.
Okay, what about Banat?
Welcome to Paradise.
I already said that.
That's
It was
number 10.
Okay.
What about Banat? Banat.
I'm trying.
Banat. Yeah. What's that called? I forgot already.
The Hitching a Ride?
No.
I'm counting sheep, but running out. What is that?
On my own. Here we go. Meanie.
Brain Stew.
That is
Stew,
number
thank
9. We can
Thank you.
sing it. We don't know the damn title.
Jesus of Suburbia.
That is number 1.
That is a great song.
It's a good song. It's not their best song.
American
I don't
Idiot
think it's their best song.
album?
Yeah, that's a good song.
Okay.
All right,
That's
we
a
still
long
need
one, too. Do you know that one? Jesus of Suburbia?
Very long.
Wasn't my favorite record.
Jesus of Suburbia.
American
Did I
Idiot?
get it?
Where's American
That
Idiot
sounded
on there?
exactly like them. American Idiot was number 6. You guys need 2, 4, and 7 right now. She is number 7.
Oh, great song. Jar.
No.
We played Longview on Saturday, but that's probably not.
Longview's number 4.
What?
Great song.
Someone say basket case already.
Yeah.
Somebody did say basket case.
Longview rips to play, by the way. If you want to play a song and you're not quick enough to do basket case or any of those other ones, just that little like kind of almost swing groove, the band.
Is that what you opened the show with?
Did we
What have
open
we
the show with
gotten
that?
so
I think you did.
I don't know. We switch it up a lot.
What have we gotten so far?
Okay, you just need number 2. So
Jesus
number 10,
Suburbia.
hang on. Number 10, Welcome to Paradise. Number 9, Brain Stew and Jaded. Number 8, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Number 7, She. Number 6, American Idiot. Number 5, When I Come Around. 4, Longview. Basket Case number 3. Number 1, Jesus of Suburbia.
Good riddance.
Good Riddance.
Oh,
is
I already
number
said that.
2. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear
It's cool.
you. And that's your crap on celebrities.
Your celebrities that are celebrating birthdays on this day. Oh, man. You told me how to say this. Is it Karamo?
Karamo. Very
Oh,
good.
hey, baby. Karamo Brown is 43. Nelly is 49.
I Karamo Brown.
Oh, somebody said Danny DeVito would play me in my...
My world, brother.
Oof. Marisol Nichols is 50. Fieldy from Korn is 54. David Schwimmer is 57. Bobby Dahl, Poison bass player, is 60. Katie Lang is 62. Michael Buffer, I don't even want to say what he's famous for because I feel like I'll be
say
sued.
it. Let's
You will.
get ready to do things.
Yes.
Let's get prepared to tussle.
Be prepared to crumble. Michael Buffer is 79 and Stephanie Powers, that's Jennifer Hart on Heart to Heart, is 81 years old.
Man, I loved that show because it came on after Dukes of Hazzard. Watched the
Heart to
hell as a kid watching Heart to Heart, not the demo they were looking for. Robert Wagner. They were married in real life, right?
Robert Wagner and who?
Wasn't this Heart to Heart people married in real life?
I don't know
I
what
never
that
watched
is.
I don't even know that show.
I thought that was a Melissa Joan Hart spinoff or something. I don't know.
Oh,
what
dude, it
you're
was
saying.
like a husband and wife detective agency. It came on after. The only reason I know
Why
is
did you dance when you...
I don't know because it was
He
kind
goes,
of
he goes, detective agency.
because in the beginning they're like back to back inside a heart. And they're dancing around. I could see it in my head so clearly.
1979 to 1984. I don't know what this is.
Play the theme song to Heart. Let's get that flagged.
Yeah. Let's see.
Give me the
Heart to Heart full
theme
episode.
song.
Let's see. Does this have the theme in the beginning? Oh, season 1.
All right, hang on.
It's got an
Go back to the
airplane.
beginning.
I love those old horns.
This is my boss, Jonathan Hart, a self-made millionaire.
Millionaire.
Quite a guy.
Tell me that'll make you want to dance, dude. Listen to that music.
This is Mrs. H. She's gorgeous. What a terrific.
The guy narrating is a guy from the Gloria song.
That's amazing.
Stephanie Powers.
By the way, my name is Max.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
I take care of them, which ain't easy, because their hobby is murder.
Yeah, dude. Tell me that doesn't make you want to groove, man.
It
Come on.
does.
Somebody remix that. P. Diddy, get on that.
Mystery horns.
All right. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's Work, Fun and Fantasy Meet, is Claudia Atkins. And today's birthday girl's been in 177 fine films, including All Anal on the Western Front,
Oh.
Asses Galore 12, Booty Duty 9, The Butterface Pageant.
That's how the West was won, by
I'm
the
sorry.
way.
The Butterface pageant?
The Butterface.
Oh,
The Butterface.
like butter.
No. That's not what that
Oh.
I don't know what
means.
that's referring to.
Butterface is the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The body's
Great
great.
body,
everything-
Butterface.
Sucks.
Oh, wow.
Face.
Everything Butterface.
No, Sucks Face is a different thing.
Oh.
Butterface is a definite.
This is the Butterface Pageant. Chrissy the Campus Slut, Down the Hatch 4, Dude, I Banged Your Mother 3,
Great.
Fast Times,
Dude.
Fast Times at Deep Crack High 2, It's Okay, She's My Mother-in-Law 5, Young Buns 1, and Who Could Forget a Roll in 2005's Fudge at the Bottom.
Goo Diamond Phillips was in Young Buns 1.
Claudia Atkins is 51 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with your emails. So we got some of your emails coming up. And we have 3 candidates today for the douchebag of the day. So I'll give you all 3 stories, and you tell us which one is the official douchebag of the day. It was a date mix-up, and Gravity Kills will be here tomorrow. All right? Settle down, Rafe.
You got it mixed up, Rizz.
I didn't get it mixed up.
I'm upset. Did you guys see Melissa Villasenor just did your promo? Did you see her Halloween costume on Instagram?
No. What was she?
She went as Edgar from the Men in Black movie.
Edgar suit.
The Edgar suit.
That is brilliant, dude. That's brilliant. I made a reference to it yesterday.
Really good.
Can you pull up a picture?
I made a reference to it yesterday to Rafe, and he goes, speaking of Edgar suit, like, she just wore that.
Oh, the Vincent D'Onofrio character.
Sugar water. Yeah, it was really great. Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that guy. Let's see what she looks like.
That's the best part of that entire movie is when the wife goes, he was wearing a Edgar suit. Edgar. He calls him Edgar.
Edgar.
Or she calls him Edgar. Let's see.
Melissa Villasenor.
Let's see. Is this it?
It would be on her Instagram.
Instagramu. Here we go.
Oh my gosh,
I did see
that's
that.
Brilliant. With the roach coming out of her mouth and the overalls.
Yeah. There's like pictures of her walking.
Oh my God.
She did a good job, man. That's a cool costume.
She can't even stop laughing when she's doing it.
That's a great costume.
That is, dude.
That's a good costume.
Edgar suit.
What
and
did
the little cat with the galaxy on his neck.
I know.
Orion's belt.
Everybody looks forward to Heidi Klum's Halloween outfit every year. Like she does it up. What was she this year?
I didn't see.
Man, the worm last year was incredible.
But Heidi Klum has a huge Halloween party every year.
She's like known for it.
And she's known for her Halloween costumes. Last year she was the worm, which was incredible.
It was so funny. She was essentially laying down on red carpets because she couldn't move in that thing.
What is she, a peacock?
Whoa.
Yep.
She's wild, man.
She's a peacock with like
other people
as her wings. Huh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's no worm.
Oh, what's
that
the
is
egg? I mean, it's a nice costume.
That is incredible. 1,
Seal.
2, 3, 4. So it's 5 people. Seal's in the egg.
Is the egg.
Yeah, he's trying to get back in with her.
Yeah, I thought Seal's remarried.
He probably is.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 8 or 9 people.
8 or 9
involved.
people as her wings. That's
and she's just wearing the velvet blue, morph suit. Wow.
That's cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right, let's get to some of your emails. Rizz Show at 1057thepoint.com.
Yeah,
cool feet.
Cool feet.
Cool feet, bro.
Hey, cool feet.
Hey, cool feet.
Heard your segment on sex toy donations to thrift stores. My wife works at Goodwill, and they take brand new sex toys as long as they are boxed and sealed.
They do?
Cool.
Her store once got a large donation from what was probably a nearby sex shop closing down. They will price and sell them behind the glass counter where you have to ask to see them.
They should have a beaded curtain room.
Oh, yeah.
Beat it.
Anal beaded curtain.
Yeah. It's the beaded room.
Like, at the old school video stores where they had the beaded curtain where they sold the adult.
It was all pink back
you could
there.
rent out the adult videos.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were a kid with your friends, one guy screw up his courage real tight, make a run for it under them beads.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on in this forbidden room.
Just to look at the case.
Forbidden
Just to look
room.
at the back of the VHS.
And that was enough.
That's all we needed.
That's all we needed, guys. Next.
Cheddar Bay Boys. Hello, fellers, and beautiful Lern.
Oh, thank
Team
you.
Rizz member Laura here. Rizz was talking about bringing his Cheddar Bay biscuits last year. Have you ever made chicken pot pies with biscuits on top?
I've never made chicken pot pie.
Instead of biscuits, you use the Cheddar Bay biscuits. You'll need 2 boxes. Trust me, it is so good. It will blow your mind. You're welcome.
I can imagine them being good.
I bet it is really good. I'm not like a soggy bread person, though. So what is my problem, first of all? But like,
Oh, my God.
Well, it bakes
He's
on top.
rubbing off on you.
I know.
I mean, it bakes on top, so it's still...
I'll do it. I'll try it. Before I hate it, I'll try it.
You know who's got a really good chicken pot pie?
Who's that?
Shout out to
Lee's.
Big Chief.
Oh, yes. That's that I've only been there the once, and it's damn good.
Big Chief up in Wildwood.
Went to Malinche yesterday as well.
Oh, yeah, the Mexican place?
Delicious.
Legit, right?
I didn't get them, but pork rinds with your nacho chips with the trio of queso, salsa, and guac. And they are hand-making that guac because it tastes just like my mom's.
Yeah, I told you. That's like somebody's grandma cooking in the back.
It was awesome.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed that. But the Big Chief and their chicken pot pie, shout out to chicken pot pie and Big Chief.
Big Chief, the best.
I've never made chicken pot pie at home, unless it's one of those like Marie Callender.
Unless somebody else made it
which are
halfway.
good. You ever have like an individual Marie Callender?
Yeah,
like chicken pot
that's
pie?
preparing a chicken pot pie.
Only
That's
the
not
It's
me.
putting in the oven.
Yeah.
That's reheating it.
Yeah.
But those are good.
It's been a long amount of years since I've had one of those.
Is Marie Callender the brand?
Yeah. They also have sweet pies, but also pot
Chicken
pies.
pot pie. Yeah. That sounds good.
Chicken pot pie.
Next.
I broke up with my girlfriend one time because her parents were ugly.
What?
Her mom's eyebrows always looked like she was violently angry, and the dad looked like a melted thumb. Now,
I get it.
I think when you guys were talking about, remember you asked.
We've talked about this.
You asked, have you ever broken up with somebody for a ridiculous reason or for a weird reason? And this is when this email came in. I was 28, thought maybe it was a bad picture. But when I went with her for Christmas, I was like, I don't want these people in the photos. I don't want these people in my photos for the rest of my life. This week, the girlfriend and I are going to Nashville to see Queen. We're staying for a few days, and I was wondering what places we should check out and great places to eat.
Okay, first off, I get it. If you're planning on marrying this woman and you go, oh, man, these jeans, the ugly jeans are in here somewhere mixed in.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I can understand. I mean, you know, I remember seeing some TV show.
I'm not taking my chances.
I remember seeing some TV show with Cindy Crawford, like in the 80s or the 90s, and she was talking about how beautiful her mother was and how that's such a relief to her because, you know, every woman ends up looking like their mother. That was like a quote or, you know, paraphrasing kind of what she said, and it made you think. And this guy breaks up because the mom is ugly and whatever, but not because he's worried about his girlfriend's jeans, but he says because he doesn't want ugly people in his pictures
right.
for the rest of his life.
How many pictures of your in-laws do you have?
That's what I mean. That's so weird.
And how ugly are these people?
The dad is like a melted thumb? I don't
Melted
even know.
thumb and violent, angry eyebrows on the mom is what he said.
Well, the eyebrows you can fix. I don't know anything about that thumb, though.
Well,
The jig is up there. I don't know.
Hey, by the way, sometimes ugly people make the most beautiful people.
True.
it's true. It does reset.
And beautiful people don't always make beautiful people.
True, we've seen that.
There's a
proof
spectrum, dude,
everywhere.
and it's a circle. It is a horseshoe. And it goes all the way around, and when the two ends touch, you go back to ugly. I mean, people, you can breed ugly out, but if you get too hot, ugly comes back.
Yeah, ugly comes rear.
That's the
There's
beauty.
always ugly gene in there.
Yeah, dude, it
That's
happens.
the beauty.
Can't get
of,
rid of it.
That's the beauty of all of it.
That's why you should marry a 7.
Dude, they've done studies
Maybe an 8.
for millennia on trying to like breed genius, and that's the beauty of it. Genius is random. It's like everything. That's the beauty of the human condition is that it's all so freaking random. I'm serious. I'm serious, dude. That's like a proven thing, man. Genius comes from the most random, strange places. It don't come from genius plus genius. It doesn't always happen like that.
I love you, man.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
I love your
What?
brain. You got a beautiful mind. I'm
Forrest
not,
Gump.
not even messing with you right now. I just think it's good. I like where
You
your
can't
brain
breed
goes.
ugly out of the gene pool. It's
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 always
here for a
lurking.
reason, man.
sometimes it's down deep in the
I hate
in the
It
murky
has its part
recesses
to
of
play.
I hate to tell you all
It's like
this.
the Grinch. It's in there, dude. You're a mean one, Mr. Uggo.
We all
He's just
have
lurking
ugly.
in the shadows.
We will all be ugly. We either were ugly when we were born,
Yeah.
or we will be ugly when we die, or we're ugly right now. But we all get ugly. We all have a hot moment too, right?
No.
You have peak hotness, all of us, and
You
peak
have-
ugliness.
Yep. Yeah. I wouldn't say everyone peaks hot.
I peaked
Everyone
in,
peaks, though.
my early 20s.
I peaked in 2012. That was my hottest year. That's it.
Really?
R.I.P.
2012.
2012. I got in the best shape ever. My hair was thick. It was smoking hot. in
When
my
I was
opinion.
like 21, I scored an 8 out of 10 on Hot or Not. Remember that website?
Oh,
Wow.
tight. That
Yeah.
you feel like it's all been downhill
It's
since
way,
there?
yeah, it's been downhill.
It's
That was
over.
my peak. 8 out of 10.
We're moving into the ugly now.
Maybe I haven't
So
even
me
seen
and
my
my buddy
prime yet.
Steve Cavino, remember hotornot.com?
Super
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
himself.
So my buddy Steve Covino, and you know what he looks like.
Oh, yes.
They used to call him the hottest Latin in Manhattan, jerk. He had a 10 out of 10, and I was an 8 out of 10.
Good for you, man. That's good. Like
I thought it was great.
I think I got like a 6 back in 2001.
You're not asking for the moon here. You just want to be not a 4.
I wanted to be higher than a 5.
Yeah.
So I scored an 8. I'm like, we're good. He got a 10.
Does
Okay.
it exist?
Hotornot.com?
No, yeah, I've looked at it. No, it does not. I wish it did. That's
For
the social
those of
media I
you-
want back.
For those of you who don't know,
That's what
website.
Facebook was originally, right?
Yeah.
Basically,
this
Hot or
was
Not.
early 2000s. It was hotornot.com. It was just pictures of people and you just rate them.
And you just, you know how you swipe left? That's what you would do. And you just rate people. And everybody would have like kind of a cool, this is like before filters were a thing. So it was raw dog photo.
Oh yeah. There
You
were
know?
there were no Instagram filters. This was you.
Everybody kind of did the secret internet fatty angle and my girlfriends and I all did this in college, where you shoot from above down so nobody can see your jowls.
This is when I think you had to scan a picture into.
Took 2 hours.
When you had to scan a picture to put it up on the internet. You actually have a scanner. Or when when digital cameras were actually, you had to put a disc into the camera.
Connect
Like
the
one
wire.
of the hard, like either hard floppy disk,
Yeah. SD drive, right?
or you could actually plug it into the computer. But hotornot.com, not a thing anymore, huh?
Yeah.
You don't think so? I mean, I'm sure there's. I mean, it's the freaking internet. It's 2023.
It's
Look at all the vile stuff that's happening. I'm sure there's some version
Oh,
of it.
well, listen. You just post your picture anyway, and everybody's gonna.
Oh, this is
everybody's
a
gonna
pornography
rate,
site.
Everybody's gonna rate you anyway. But yeah, that's gonna be on my tombstone. Hot or not, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
He talked a lot.
Do you have the photos
8 out of
still
10.
that you posted?
2001.
Is there like a hard drive somewhere that I want to see that
Who
photo. And we need to
knows?
get that on a shirt. Rizz Show merch 2024.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 with your picture. That would be good merch. Be funny.
Roseanne.
3 out
we
of
need
5
that.
stars. 8 out of 10. Hot or not?
2001. Next.
Looking for some updates from Moon. I heard Moon say many times that Madonna owes him dinner, but I've never heard the story behind it. I also have been listening to an old podcast, which started with an argument over whether Moon was testing or training for his yellow belt. I need to know if Moon ever got his yellow belt and if he stuck with it or if his parents let him quit. Love the show. Keep up the good work.
I actually brought cinder blocks into 2x4
Yeah. For your test.
for your
Your
test.
test is today.
Okay. Well, firstly, Madonna owes me dinner because I was on Madonna's label. We were on Maverick Records with Guy O'Siri was our A&R guy, and Madonna owned it. And we said, hey, are we going to meet Madonna? And he said, he laughed at us and he goes, yeah, if you get a gold record, if you sell gold, which was 500,000 records, if you go gold, you'll meet Madonna. You know, we'll go out to dinner. Well, we went platinum, baby. That's 2 golds.
That's
And
right.
then we had a
That's
third gold
2.
record with our
That's a
DVD.
Dinner with appetizer.
So she owes me
Yeah.
3 dinners. 3 dinners are coming my way. Still have yet to meet Madonna.
Dang it.
And then the yellow belts. I got it, baby. And I was like 38 years old when I got it.
Yeah.
The reason
Like
Good.
Kramer on Seinfeld fighting
Beating the
little kids.
hell out of little kids, yeah.
my parents did let me quit. I was doing it for my kids because my son was just like ultimately shy. And he needed to get involved in some of these things. And I was like, you know what, if I just do this, maybe I can kind of ease out. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I realized how not good a shape I was in. And,
By the way, shout out to Sensei Brett. He's a good dude.
yeah, dude. It's so funny because he was our instructor and our sensei, and now he's Rizz's family sensei.
Yeah.
How
Every
cool is
family's
that?
got a sensei,
I'm sure
right?
the guy's cool, but just that's
Brett's
a funny
awesome,
name,
dude.
Shout out to
This
Sensei
is my
Brett.
sensei,
Brett.
Brett.
Nah, man, this guy's pretty badass.
I'm
Like,
sure
I've
he
seen him
is.
do,
It's
like,
just a funny
competitions. I
name.
know.
Brett?
It's a funny name for a sensei.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sensei Terry as well.
Hey.
Hey, Sensei Terry.
Shout out to Sensei Terry, too.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude,
man.
that guy will kick your ass. Both of them. Brett was on the
somebody,
Brett was on the
somebody else.
national team.
What is
He's like a world champion. Beating the hell out of somebody with a boat oar.
what is it? Brett?
With a boat oar.
What is it in Key and Peele when
A
they're
specific martial art.
Drax them sclounce and he's like, we fixing to get some crazy up on these Terrys. You know what I'm talking about?
What? No, I have no idea what you said, but I liked it.
Oh, dude, there's an episode of Key and Peele where they're on an airplane They both have like wild facial hair, and they're trying to get. They're on an airplane, and they're trying to tell this guy like, "Hey, if this plane go like," and of course they're doing their funny voices. And they're like, if we start seeing, we're gonna get Diane Sawyer on some terrorists. Like they're talking about terrorists on a plane.
Oh, terrorists!
Drax them
sounds like terrorists. Next.
Okay, so this one, I'm so angry. This one says, good morning. Let's see. Moon, King Scott, Rafe, all you guys. I know you've traveled a lot. Do you have one of those apps where you keep track of what countries you've been to, or more locally, what states you've visited? I'm curious what your guys' percentages are for countries, states that you've traveled to. I use an app called Ben, B-E-E-N. B-E-E-N, yeah. But I know there's a bunch. Free, of course. 5 out of 3 stars. Decent show. Team Rizz member Jeff. I'm upset because I had this website up and I was like clicking off all the states and all that kind of stuff, and my computer restarted and I lost all the info. But I had covered like almost 12% of the planet, which is pretty freaking crazy.
What's the website?
All 50 states. He's using an app called Ben, B-E-E-N. But I found a different travel map online. But I'd be curious to see what you guys did. This is the one that I used.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you sent me that. It's like amcharts.com / visited countries.
I think I sent it to you guys, and you can like zoom in on the states. You can do all the countries, and you can go.
So countries you visited, states you visited. So the percentage of the Earth that you visited. Mine was like very small.
Yeah, very small for me.
It was like 0.5% of the Earth I visited.
Really? Gosh, I wonder if I'm over a percentage point. I would think so.
Send him that site.
Yeah, I thought I sent it to all you guys.
I think I saw an email about it, and I didn't do it. Now I regret it because I would like to know.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, pretty cool. I mean, even if you just stayed in the U.S.
You can put that on social media.
Yeah, I'm
pretty interesting.
I'm curious.
I've been to a lot of states, and I've been to quite a few countries.
States.
I don't know how zoomed in do you have to be in the countries. Like, if I went to St. Petersburg, Russia, do I get all of Russia, or do I just get that little?
See,
the site that
you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
The site that I had originally done it on, it like goes down to like counties and states and all that. You know, it doesn't just, you can't just be like, you know, I've been to Toronto, so I've been to Canada.
Russia is a pretty big part. Yeah, a pretty big.
That's why I'm asking. So if that. It's a huge percentage if I get to count the whole country for going one time to one place.
Right. No, one of these was pretty different. Like it broke down Brazil into the different provinces or states.
Yeah, click on Russia. Click on Russia.
Is this the?
Boom! I get that, dude. I'm at like that's like 12% of the world right there.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like that.
I'm counting it.
Maybe this isn't the right one. Darn it. Anyways, very, very cool, interesting sort of thing to think about, because even if you've been like, I've been world traveling since 2002 professionally, and even with all the places, and I've been every continent, all these different things except for Antarctica, knocking it all out, 11% was like less than I thought it would be. It's a huge amount, but I mean, there's 198 countries or whatever there are, and like there's a lot of ground to cover.
It made me realize I have not been anywhere. And then going, I don't want to go anywhere.
It's kind of making me realize the percentage of the world that sucks.
Yeah.
No,
you know what I mean?
See, I thought it was inspiring.
I'm just like, I don't really care to go to some of these places.
I'm inspired to stay home.
I thought it was inspiring to be like, wow, you know what? There's a lot of world, and I want to see it before I'm gone.
Well, there is a lot of world, and these people right here are in it. And this is why I'm staying home. I got 3 stories for you, and you tell us who the douchebag officially of the day is. All right. So we'll start with a former firefighter named Kendall Eugene Rhodes. Kendall was a firefighter in Grundy County, Iowa for the last 6 years. 60 years old. 60-year-old Kendall, charged with 13 counts of arson. Turns out old Kendall would start fires and then respond to the fires he set as part of a firefighter team.
Wow.
Been charged with 13 counts of arson in the 2nd degree, which is defined as causing a fire or explosion that damages or destroys property while manufacturing or attempting to manufacture a controlled substance. He was also charged with 1 count of reckless use of fire or explosive. So, Kendall Eugene Rhodes, the firefighter who started the fires so he could put them out, 13 fires altogether. That's candidate number 1. Candidate number 2. And we're going to go to Utah for this douchebag candidate. Criminal charges have been filed against a woman who cops say called in a fake school shooting.
What? Ooh.
in an effort to divert officers from arresting her friends.
Wow.
45-year-old Dorothy Belmoran was charged last week with emergency abuse and obstructing justice. So she apparently called 911 saying that someone was heading to a high school with an AK-47 to, quote, do some damage. 40 officers from multiple agencies responded, and the high school was evacuated and cleared. Threat determined to be a hoax. That same day, police were investigating a series of car burglaries. An Apple Watch was stolen in one of the burglaries, and the owner called the cops to say she was tracking the location of her watch. 2 people wound up being arrested for the burglaries. While an officer was waiting for a warrant to go through for the suspect's car, the school shooting situation was called in. So while the 2 people were being detained for the burglaries, this chick called in the school shooting.
So they had to bail.
Ooh. That's awful.
After an investigation, cops learned the call came from Dorothy, the friend.
Hey, can I ask a detail about the first one?
Yes.
What was he burning?
Houses.
He's burning homes.
Yeah.
So he could go be a part of rescuing people.
Yeah, so he could be a part of putting out the fire.
It's like isn't that the plot of Backdraft? Was it like a firefighter starting the fires in that movie?
Spoiler alert.
Jesus.
Sorry if you haven't seen 1991's Backdraft.
Damn, dude.
Kurt Russell?
Is it Baldwin?
Oh, that was a Baldwin. That was
Kurt Russell and Billy Baldwin.
Billy Baldwin. Yeah. I remember he had sex with somebody on top of the fire truck.
Yeah.
Right on.
What?
And he got to be in fair game.
Spoiler alert.
Cindy Crawford. That guy really was cashing in his Baldwin credibility.
That's 2. So that's 2 douchebags. Now, 3rd one, we got 3.
3
candidates today.
Oh, can we endure?
Listen, you're allowed to not like Halloween, right? You're not allowed to do this, though. 43-year-old Daniel Graham got arrested in Raleigh, North Carolina on Tuesday night after pointing a gun at some trick-or-treaters. No reports of teenagers pranking him or anything. It was just kids looking for candy. And yes, it sounds like Daniel had been drinking. A neighbor heard him yelling profanities at the kids, says he smacked a bucket of candy out of a 6-year-old's hands. There was candy scattered across the porch the next morning. The neighbor then saw several kids walking away from Daniel's porch, and at least 2 of them were crying. Daniel allegedly pointed a gun at them, leaned into their dad's car, and told them to keep it moving. The confusing part is Daniel's house was decorated for Halloween. It even had flashing lights and playing music, so it seemed like it was trick-or-treater friendly. Cops showed up, could smell the stench of alcohol coming from the house. This was around 7 p.m., by the way. He's facing charges for assault on a child under 12 and assault by pointing a gun.
Oh, my gosh. How are you not spreading these out? These are all, like, weekly winners. Like, oh, come on.
Okay, so there you go. We got to pick one.
It's the chick.
It is? That's
pick
3rd place for me.
So we got firefighter starting fires so we could put them out.
Home
we got
fires.
the chick calling in.
Destroying people's livelihoods.
Chick calling in the fake school shooting so her friends could get away from the cops. Or the trick-or-treating Grinch who was pointing guns at kids and smacking candy out of 6-year-olds' hands.
For me, it's number 1, the fake school shooting call. 2, the firefighter backdraft. 3, crazy guy drunk on
Pulls
Halloween.
Pulls a gun on kids.
They're all total douchebags, but...
Rafe?
I think the lady there's a special place in hell for the school shooter caller lady with what's going on in the world today, but I got to say, hierarchy of actual harm, it's got to be the firefighter guy. He's starting real fires that firefighters could die in and people could die in. Everything else was like a threat of violence. This was I think that was actual
good. That's a good way of thinking about it.
That this guy is literally burning down homes and businesses, and firefighters risk their lives every day. And I mean, that's pretty messed up, dude.
What do you think, Moon?
Man, I was going to go with the firefighter as well for the exact same reason. But 3, like the drunken thing, I mean, like, there's some crummy kids out there, but they're not 6. Then you don't see evil until 9 or 10.
I chalk that up to possible tone-deaf prank, thinking that he was it's Halloween. Oh, this is how I'll scare him.
Yeah.
Could have been a pellet gun or something, you know.
And it was actually a real gun. It was actually a real gun.
So that's so frightening. I'm gonna go. I'm so torn. It's really a 50-50 for me between contestant number 1 and contestant number 3. So I'm gonna go with the consensus here and go with the firefighter because
I'm gonna go firefighter
that's
too.
a ton of
convinced
damage.
me.
That's a ton of damage. That's a lot of and the psychological backwardness that you have to do those kind of damage so you can be a hero. Like the I want to be a hero thing. Like,
well, also the school shooting thing. I mean,
all the parents,
all
you
the
get a
parents,
call.
you get a call like, "Hey, the school's in lockdown."
It's awful.
I get it.
Awful.
That's a total.
And thank God
douche.
it wasn't a real one. But
It's awful.
I'm going for like
It's like
mass
calling-
quantities chaos. And I feel like you're getting that whole school's going to get a call, right? Like everybody that has a kid in that school.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like calling in a bomb threat. You know, like I get the other thing to me is like totally wrong. I'm against it. It's messed up. You just with all the school shootings that happen now, like that's just such a terrible thing to do. There was a necessity in their mind of like I'm trying to get out of this is my way to get out of a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like necessity. You know, it was an evil spawned by.
All 3 are terrorists, though.
But
agreed. They're all using terror.
I agree, man. I agree. But it's like the other person was like, the arson is like they followed through on the plan.
Yeah.
That's like another level to me.
And if they're willing to do that, who knows what's next?
Yeah, and exactly, and who knows how many? If they they may have actually killed somebody.
All right, so we're saying the firefighter. Are you okay with that, Lern?
So, man.
I'm okay with it.
All right, so congratulations to Kendall Eugene Rhodes, the firefighter who is starting fires so he could put them out and be a hero. You are today's douchebag of the day. Moon, if you would, let's dish out his punishment.
You know what? I was waiting to hear who the winner was so I could decide what the punishment would be. And I'm going to go ahead and say that this person, you know, is a trained firefighter. Has probably been around some of them police canines. So let's start off with some attack dogs.
Well, I mean, you know, every firefighter, every fire station has a Dalmatian on duty, so. Douche. Oh. To hear the dog sink his teeth into, okay, next.
Not too far of a jump away. I think firing squad is honestly somewhat somewhat perfect for the moment.
All right.
Ready! Aim! Fire!
Okay.
It's very professional.
Yes.
And finally.
And also professional. And since you like to start fires, let's just go with the bunker buster because I think that's the fire.
There we go. Man, you know how expensive it is to call on
It's very expensive.
To call on an airstrike?
Worth it
It's
in this
quite
situation.
expensive. Yeah, I mean, hey,
it's very expensive.
You asked for it.
But worth it. Yes, you're right, Lern. All right, we'll take a break, some food news after the break, and then we'll talk to a guy named Rob Dietrich, who is a master distiller and blender of Metallica's blackened American whiskey. This guy's got a great story. He's doing a bottle signing at the Wine and Cheese Place in Kirkwood on Saturday from 10 to noon. This is the guy that is aging that blackened whiskey through what is called the black noise aging process. We had the story, I think, Moon, or maybe Lern, you talked about it. So Metallica music is being played.
Yep.
And these casks are being vibrated to the songs, and it apparently affects how the whiskey tastes.
I think they did it with Guns N' Roses a couple of years ago. They were like infusing Guns N' Roses into something.
Yeah,
wine or something.
Oh, we'll chat up
Guns N' Roses.
Rob Dietrich next. It is 8:51. It is Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. It's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. We got a right lane shoulder blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound just before 270. Further east from there, a lane is blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound near Cypress Road. And there's a right lane block due to a crash 270 eastbound at Doherty Ferry Road. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, high of 60. Right now it's 37 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by Car X Tire and Auto.
Back to the Rizz Show. Joining us is a master distiller. Rob Dietrich, master distiller. It's nice to be called a master at something, right?
Right. Good morning.
Master distiller of blackened American whiskey. Good morning, Rob. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
So far, so good. Are you in town yet?
No, I'll be in tomorrow afternoon.
All right. It's Metallica's coming to town this weekend, and Metallica's bringing everything.
They're taking over.
They're
St.
taking
Louis.
over St. Louis.
Yes, they are.
With the two shows on Friday and on Sunday, there's a film festival, there's a bowling party, and you are doing this blackened whiskey bottle signing at the Wine and Cheese Place in Kirkwood Saturday from 10 to noon. Now, I want to ask you a couple of questions here. And by the way, thanks for being very prompt. Rob called in exactly at 9 o'clock.
Impressive.
Very impressive.
Quite impressive.
Of course.
And rare.
I think that's the military, the veteran timing in me.
Yeah, Rob is an Army guy, 10th Mountain Division.
You're not early, you're late.
Exactly. Looking forward to doing the signing on Saturday, meeting some good folks out there, talking everything whiskey and Metallica.
Okay, yeah. How did you get involved with Metallica?
I was already distilling single malt whiskey in Colorado, and I live about an hour and a half away from Hetfield in Colorado. And we had some mutual friends, so he'd already kind of heard about what I was doing with single malt. And when they started the whiskey, I was one of the we had a founding distiller. I was the second distiller to come in about 6 months after they launched, and I've just been working on a bunch of different creative expressions with the whiskey.
Yeah, I tell you what, whiskey's the hot spirit right now, and you've been involved 12, 15 years as a master distiller.
Around 16. I've been making whiskey for 16 years.
Wow, how'd you get into it?
Motorcycles. I was into alternative fuel, and a buddy of mine and I were making a diesel motorcycle that we were running on vegetable oil. And I happened to meet the founder of a whiskey company in Colorado, and he was working on a motorcycle that was running off the waste product from the stills. So he said, "Hey, come down to the distillery. We'll work on bikes together." And as soon as I walked into that distillery and saw that 800-gallon copper still, I was like, "Man, I need to know how to do that." So
you fell in love.
I absolutely did. I've always been a whiskey enthusiast and a whiskey drinker, but learning how to make whiskey is an entirely different beast altogether.
Well, and now it's become a career.
Without a doubt, it's not just a hobby anymore. We're and that's the fun part. I think is learning. That's the one thing when people ask you how do you become a master distiller, or what's that even mean? It just means that I know enough to know that I don't know everything.
Right.
Just means I'll always be learning.
So when it comes to the whiskey and the flavor, when we originally heard about pumping audio and different things into this kind of stuff, at first it was like, oh, come on, what's that going to do? And then the more you read about it, you're like, no. When you're blasting this stuff and you're blasting Metallica into these barrels and stuff, there's actual science that says that it helps the whiskey penetrate deeper into the barrel and extracts more flavors from the wood. Is that the science behind it? That's one of the extra cool parts about this, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I you definitely will see the eye roll in the beginning until you really explain, the nerdy science part behind it. Which is, we worked with Meyer Sound, which is the sound company that creates that wall of sound for Metallica, and they helped create a proprietary device that we use at a low frequency. So you think of low frequency, think of like bass tones and that vibration that happens. We've all been at a concert where you walked in front of a wall of speakers, you feel that vibration in your chest. That's exactly what we're doing inside the barrel. We're vibrating the barrel so aggressively that the whiskey is interacting with the wood at a much higher and rapid pace. We've got data behind that. We've done a bunch of tests on it to ensure that we actually understand that we are making a change and a difference inside that barrel.
That's so
don't
cool,
know,
dude. And people don't understand that until it's explained to them.
So if people don't know what we're talking about, so you got the barrels, and then they're in a room, and depending on what batch you're doing, you have different Metallica songs playing. So you guys are on batch number 138, and there's a playlist.
Correct.
There's a playlist as to what songs are being played for these barrels. So,
awesome.
This batch is For Whom the Bell Tolls, Nothing Else Matters, the symphony orchestra version of Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Just to name three of
I
the songs.
I have always wanted to drink my favorite songs.
And you can, in this kind of way. You know, what's cool about it, you can go to blackandwhiskey.com, you can look up the batch number, see what playlist, which band member selected that playlist, and there's a Spotify and an Apple iTunes icon right there. You can take a photo of it with your phone, download that, populate the playlist of the music that was used to sonically enhance the batch of whiskey that you're currently enjoying.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And are you finding that different songs affect the flavor?
You know, it's different playlists for sure. You know, and the test that I've done is, you know, you're looking for 9 different flavor profile markers from the oak aroma panel, which is, again, I can go super nerdy on this, but I'll keep it light. And that will measure the amount of change that's happening with the whiskey in the barrel. So equating it to a song, we haven't really done that yet. We've equated it to certain playlists and the changes that happen inside the barrel. But of course, we only use Metallica songs because they own their entire discography.
Yes.
I'm always curious as to what would happen if I was playing classical music or big hair band rock. You know, there's all sorts of different ways that you can understand
Reba
how music's
McEntire.
going to change. Yeah, right. Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
might
I'm sure there's
drink
going to be
again
some
if you
Taylor
made a
Swift
fancy
whiskey
one.
out there somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. If you just played Reba McEntire's Fancy
On repeat?
on repeat through the entire aging process, I wonder.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we're just scratching the surface on this, but it is technology. You know, we're using traditional methods of distillation and barrel aging, and then we're cask finishing in brandy casks. And while it's finishing, that's when we're applying the sonic enhancement, which is what we call black noise.
It's the Blacken's unique black noise aging process.
Yeah, that's super cool. And speaking of the surface and like staying with the audio nerd stuff, on the logos, on the bottles, it shows like the audio waves. Are you doing different logos for each batch that represent the actual audio wave, or is it just a cool looking audio wave?
No, we use the same audio wave for every batch. So Blackened is always the brand name, and then we have different expressions underneath that. For example, I've got a series that we call the Masters of Whiskey series, where I collaborate with other master distillers to create a limited edition release. And we've done that 3 times now. We actually have a Blackened X Rabbit Hole distillery out of Kentucky that we just launched that this a couple of months ago. So, you know, we're doing different things, but that sound wave is a little Easter egg. That's an actual sound wave of James Hetfield singing the word Blackened.
Whoa, that's cool.
That's good. How involved is the band in the whiskey?
Oh, they're very involved. You know, this has been something, I think what's so impressive about Metallica is that everything they do, they throw 1,000% at it. You think of how well engineered their albums are. That's exactly what they understood. If they were going to get into the whiskey game, that they needed to own the whiskey outright. They didn't want to just go to a large whiskey distillery and say, "Hey, let's make a Metallica line." They understood that, hey, we need someone who understands how to make music or how to make whiskey just as well as we know how to make music.
Yeah.
And have the professionals who understand what they're doing. And they really have gotten involved. They continue to be involved. I just did a bottle signing with Lars last weekend in San Francisco. And he's always so inquisitive. He's always asking me questions about, you know, different aspects of the process.
So
they really want to know about how it works. They trust that I know what I'm doing, and that's the great thing about working with artists is I approach making whiskey as an art form, just like they approach making music.
Right. So even if you aren't a Metallica fan, you'll still like this whiskey. This is a good whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That was the whole point, was that we wanted to bridge that gap between Metallica fan and whiskey enthusiast, whiskey connoisseur, and really embrace everyone with this whiskey.
It's not known as a premium whiskey. It says it's known as a super premium whiskey.
Yeah, like an ultra premium, exactly. Correct. And that was the whole point. When you start getting into cask finishing and you're layering in these different elements of flavor, that's where you can really. That's kind of where we're getting into that ultra premium concept.
Dude, it is a cool looking bottle.
It is, dude. Everything on this website is just awesome looking.
Yeah, your website is cool too. Blackened whiskey.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, getting to work with these guys on this has been fantastic. I sat down at the beginning of the North American tour for the 72 Seasons album. Sat down with the guys at MetLife Stadium, and we talked for about 2 hours. We did this filmed interview where we really kind of dove deep on our process. I asked the band how they approach making music, their process. Hatfield's talking about how we don't know how to read music. We just have our own language within it. And it's kind of a similar process when I'm blending whiskey. I have my own approach, and it's unique. And that's what it really is, where it shows up, is in the whiskey.
Well, get your bottle of blackened whiskey and get it signed by Rob, who is the master distiller. The Wine and Cheese Place on Manchester Road in Kirkwood, 10 a.m. to noon. And are all your products going to be available out there at the Wine and Cheese Place?
I know that we're going to have the 72 Seasons. We'll have our flagship, which is our original blackened. We may have the cask strength out there as well. So I'm excited. I'm going to both shows. I'll be down there tomorrow, going to the pre-party, and then Sunday show as well. And I'll be down there on Saturday signing bottles. Looking forward to seeing everyone out there.
All right, awesome. There he is, Master Distiller Rob Dietrich with the Blackened American Whiskey. See him at the Wine and Cheese Place in Kirkwood on Saturday from 10 to noon. We'll see you then, man. Enjoy your stay in St. Louis.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there he
Looking
is.
forward to it.
That's Rob Dietrich, Master Distiller.
How cool is that? You get to go on tour with Metallica. He sounds like he was a fan before he even got into the whiskey business, and now he's on tour.
Mixing two of his favorite things.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool. I don't even drink whiskey, but like I do appreciate the science with all of that. That's
even the bottle's pretty badass.
I think he sneaks in there and sings a couple lyrics.
Hope so.
Just put his own little. He's like, I'm in there with him.
Maybe.
He sneaks in there and he's like, said but true. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Just like one.
Made the mark.
Not enough to change the taste.
Nah, just a little bit.
Just a little something.
Just a little something. A little Rob in there.
A little dash of Rob.
A little dash of Rob. On a different note, Lern, are you really into like Starbucks stuff?
I
you like Starbucks?
Yeah.
Would you say you're a Starbucks enthusiast?
Yeah, I mean, I don't go all the time. I like to support local coffee shops more. But when I see a Starbucks to get a hankering, hell yeah, on a Friday.
She puts Starbucks in local coffee shop cups. I've seen her do it.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, I guess, when the holiday cups come back.
I don't care about that.
Well, they're back today.
I don't care. Here's what I care about: caramel macchiato, cappuccino. I care about an oat milk, brown sugar, shaken espresso ice drink. Okay?
Well, I'm just telling you.
Pumpkin spice cold brew.
The holiday menu and Red Cup are back today at Starbucks. This year, Starbucks has a new holiday drink. The iced gingerbread oat milk chai.
I am into that.
What?
Tight.
What?
Dude, sign me up.
I like those words.
What?
Nothing gets you going for a hard blue-collar day of work. Like the gingerbread
oat milk chai.
Oat milk chai.
What?
Yo, you
Do
love
the
that.
power-
You love it, and you know it.
Yeah, it would be
It probably
good.
is amazing, I'm
You know,
sure.
there's something to be said about Starbucks and their cake pops. They got them down.
Yes.
They figured that out. They
Cake
got
pops?
Cake pops, yo. Don't.
Their egg bites
don't.
ain't nothing to chick a stick at.
What
either.
I'm telling you is, don't with the cake pops because they're too good.
Yeah, Boone's been strung out on the cake pops for a while now.
As you're walking into the metal shop,
Yeah.
hard day's work. Randy, what do you got there?
An impossible
An
breakfast sandwich.
iced gingerbread oat milk chai? Get out.
And a cake pop.
And a
Randy's my dude.
Randy, get out.
Randy, get
You're
in my
fired.
car.
Randy,
We're going to Starbucks.
Dale turns around and lifts his welding mask.
Give me one of those.
And he just pulls up and he goes, I see you, brother. And he takes a sip of his own gingerbread oat milk chai in a red holiday cup.
Dude, don't at me while I'm burning my mouth on an impossible breakfast sandwich from Starbucks, eating it straight out of the bag with my oat milk shaken espresso chai.
Or
and
maybe your
my cake pop.
caramel brulee latte or your chestnut praline latte.
Oh, God, yes.
I bring back that nog. They bring the nog, too, around Christmas, and I'm all in on that. They bring some kind of like eggnog concoction. And
there you go.
Pumpkin cream cold brew is amazing.
The red cups are back, guys.
No one cares about the cups.
Real pumpkin cream.
The red cups are back. All right, here's a topic. Well, I'm just going to tell you this before we get into the real. I know one person in this room is very passionate about this one topic I'm going to bring up. But when you're eating outdoors and a fly lands on your food, what do?
I eat the fly.
Okay, you eat the fly. Wait, you just shoo it away, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing you do what we all do. So you brush it away, you go back to eating.
Try to catch it first.
Yes.
Why should no? If you're on a picnic, get the hell out of here. I don't try to catch it. I'm eating my potato salad. Get out of here. This might change your approach, guys. Turns out within the first few seconds of a fly landing on your food, it starts vomiting digestive fluid on it.
No, it doesn't. Who knows that? Who's got a little microscopic little
The
thing?
fly is trying to get it soggy enough that it could slurp it up since it doesn't have teeth.
I thought we knew that as a kid, and it was like somewhat of a myth.
Oh, no. Nope. This is science, guys.
You guys have heard this before, right?
Flies be puking, dude. That's
So
science.
the fly, within seconds, vomits digestive fluid on your food. And the flies are not, exactly sanitary bugs. You see them buzzing around manure. Yeah, they're slurping up that too. Mm-hmm. So when a fly throws up on your food, even though it's a tiny amount, they could be spreading dangerous bacteria onto it, including salmonella and E. coli.
Time to charge the flies $50 for throwing up on everything.
Yep.
Right?
I'm actually surprised at your level of hypochondria that you're willing to just shake this off like that.
Thank you.
I'm proud and also baffled by it.
Just so you know, Lern, not every fly is going to contaminate your food.
Right.
But they could.
Look, man. I can't worry about this, okay?
And babies,
I got so many other things I'm worried about. I can't worry
and
about
elderly
this.
people and people with weaker immune systems are most susceptible.
Don't get me started on this.
Oh, my God. And you know what else? That fly didn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
Pissed me off.
So what can you do?
Yeah, what can I do? Help!
When you eat outside, keep the area trash-free. Trash attracts flies.
Don't go outside.
If possible, use citronella candles or other repellents, or don't eat outside.
The citronella candles are giving me cancer in other ways, though. So what am I supposed to do?
Man, I saw this thing on, I don't know, one of those nerd dad shows that I watch about nature. That there's this particular type of monkey that like opens up these fruits and like rubs it all over themselves because of the citronella, like so they can go to sleep and the mosquitoes don't get them. I was like, holy crap, this is the coolest thing ever.
So smart.
Like these a whole bunch of monkeys just going and putting on sunscreen, basically, like bug spray and sunscreen, like brilliant.
That is
brilliant. I thought that was so cool.
In other food news, this is a kind of a lighter topic. I just saw a list of the best 5. Yes, go ahead before we continue.
Monkeys they do it with onions. The monkey thing you're talking about, it's onions.
The one that I was watching, they were like breaking up some fruit because of citronella.
I watched the David Attenborough one, and these monkeys were stealing onions from tourists and rubbing onions all over them. I'm like, that's about the only thing an onion's good for.
That's cool as heck, too.
I'm in the middle of a dad cloud right now, all three of you.
Man, yeah.
What?
With your
That's all I watch.
brains going on right now.
My kids come home from school.
Fun to be a
and
witness of.
You're not interested in monkeys using onions as bug repellent?
Not as much as you guys.
we're breaking open fruit and rubbing all over their fur. That's brilliant.
We're about to talk
I
ice
bet if
cubes.
it was a cat, you'd be all about it.
Yeah.
We're about to talk ice cubes
I've
right
never
now.
seen a cat do that.
We're about to talk about ice cubes.
Let's go.
Okay, because I saw a list of the best 5 fast food ice cubes out there.
Oh, this will be great.
And you cannot say Lion's Choice because that is not a national
Sonic
chain.
Ice, go.
But okay, but it's the same. It's the same thing as what
I
she's saying
need
with the Sonic Ice.
I need brands. The top 5.
I can't support Sonic. You know that.
What? Why not? Pony Dog.
October 13th, 2003.
I thought that was Jack in the Box.
That was 1991
Oh my gosh.
or 93. Sorry, that was 93. 10 years apart. October 2003, man. Sonic popcorn chicken.
Never again.
A night of vomiting and everything. It was the worst.
Like, I even went back to Subway after my meatball sub experience back in, 2001. You're not going to go back to Sonic ever?
I haven't been back since. I won't even go in the parking lot.
Cherry limeade, dude.
Dude, nothing. I was
Okay.
I was hugging a toilet for 7.
Food
I thought I was
poisoning
going to
aside.
die. I thought I was going to die. I mean, it was death came
FP aside.
to visit me.
Food poisoning aside,
Maybe it was the ice.
who has the best fast food ice cubes?
It's either Raising Cane's or Sonic.
What's Raising Cane's got?
It's the same as
Oh,
Sonic.
the rabbit poop?
Yep.
Raising Cane's was number 5.
Thank you.
Sonic was number 1.
Thank you again.
Sonic was number 1 by far. If you live near a Sonic, you probably already agreed that there's just something about those Sonic ice cubes. It's so iconic, you can actually buy bags of ice from, you could go to the drive-thru and go, give me a bag of ice.
But it's the same stuff as Raising Cane's. They're more popular. So more people associate that ice with Sonic.
My mother-in-law buys those bags and has them in her freezer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So when you buy them, where do you buy those? And are they clean or is this
Sonic.
You could go to Sonic and you can actually go.
I
You can go
see.
through a drive-through and go. I will take a bag of ice.
So tell me something. When you guys get ice at the gas station, whatever, and it's in a bag and it's in a box outside and all that kind of stuff, do you use that for cooling things off, or do you use it for actual cup
Both.
ice? Because I do too, and people say like you can't use that for cup ice. That stuff's nasty.
But you don't need to do it for like a barbecue or
what? But you're still drinking
I'm
it.
still drinking it. It's fine.
Where did it come from?
Who knows?
Is it filtered? Who made it?
Filtered. Like I have a filtered ice place near me that we
Who
get
made
ice
it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think about it. Again, I can't worry
It's got
about
like
this.
the bear on the bag, right? The polar ice or whatever it's called. Is it polar ice?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's not the best quality, but
why do you care elsewhere? But you don't care there.
Because usually
'Cause
when
you're
you
on a
buy
float
the
trip?
usually when you buy the bag of ice, it's for a float trip or a backyard barbecue.
So you're just
and it's
kinda-
a one-off kind of thing.
Yeah,
you don't care.
You're throwing caution to the wind.
Who cares? Sonic Ice, by the way, those little pellets, right? They say it's fun to chew.
Yeah. Safe to chew, too. That's the rabbit poop
Fun to
ice.
chew, soaks up your drink, tastes great. And they say it gives you Sonic Ice, most bang for your buck. Sonic Ice is the healthy medium between hard and mushy, making it a great addition to any drink.
I feel like Sonic just stole Pizza Hut's ice from the 90s and 80s.
You're not wrong.
Pizza Hut always had the hard-packed, tiny rabbit poop ice. When you dine in, back in the old dine-in days.
Oh, you had to get that in the red cup?
Yeah.
The plastic red cup?
Nice little Tiffany lamp above you.
Chick-fil-A was number 2 as far as their ice. They also sell bags of ice because it's so popular. They got the little pellets too? I think little pellets are the popular thing here.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. That was the original hero item for me at Lion's Choice when I was a kid. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, because my parents were the kind that like, don't chew on ice. You're going to break your teeth and all that kind of stuff. And then when we got that ice, that was not a rule. It's off the table.
Have fun, son.
So yeah, it's a playground in here.
I'm not a fan.
Chick-fil-A ice, the ice is small enough to munch, but big enough to not melt immediately. That's the thing about Chick-fil-A's. Then Zaxby's, I guess just like Sonic. Where is Zaxby's? We don't have any around here,
Alabama,
right?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
We always
fine.
we always go to some in Tennessee.
They're the
on
Culvers of chicken.
Yeah, it is kind of.
If I had to
vibe.
put a
Zaxby's?
explanation on it, yeah.
Looks like a red barn.
It's fine.
It's got a chicken on the front.
I think they do the cheese curds there, too,
Really?
as like a
Zaxby's?
side.
Yeah.
Everything's curded there.
At Zaxby's. Then you got McDonald's ice, and then Taco Bell, Starbucks, Raising Cane's all tied for 5th.
McDonald's ice. Interesting.
Yeah,
Taco
McDonald's. McDonald's number 4.
Just ice.
Yeah.
Controversial dad opinion? Don't care.
As long as it keeps the drink cold.
Ice. In fact, I'm not a fan of the pellet because I think it robs you of liquid.
Well, you use less of it. I know what you're saying, and if you're filling it up,
You have to be in control.
Yeah. You have to be in control.
I'm coming through the drive-thru. You're giving me a thimble full of the liquid I ordered and all this pellet ice. I'm 3 drinks later. I got a cup full of ice and nothing to drink.
Yeah, I hardly want any ice in anything anyway.
Yeah, they say like the small pellets are good if you're going to drink it right away. The bigger ice cubes are if you're going to let it sit. Oh, there's a difference.
I just want to get bang for my buck on the liquid I ordered. If I ordered a tea, I want more tea.
What if you?
I just need it to be cold enough to drink. What if what?
What if you're at the place like you can get refills? You all right?
I don't have a preference.
I thought you just did. You were just saying.
I'm saying like I don't think any ice is superior. If I had to rank ice low, I'd rank the pellets low because I think they're scamming you.
It waters down your drink immediately.
Yeah, I think you're just getting scammed out of liquid.
Huh.
Hey?
I mean, that's ice in general.
True.
They're scamming you.
The biggest scam
Here.
ever.
True.
Let's mix this with frozen water.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, one more thing. Who's got the fastest drive-thru?
Isn't it Chick-fil-A? Didn't they win all that?
Oh, I would say not.
It's not Chick-fil-A.
Didn't they go all out to try to win that?
Okay, so
It used to be McDonald's. Remember, they were the first ones to have a timer and be like, look how awesome we are.
if you need your fast food to happen even faster, here's a quick guide. An annual report called the Drive-thru study just came out. It compares the speed and accuracy of 10 of the biggest fast food chains in America, and they had mystery shoppers visit over 150 locations for each one of these places. And the mystery shoppers measured speed of service, accuracy, suggestive selling, food quality, and level of satisfaction. So who is the fastest drive-thru?
I'm going Taco Bell.
I'm going to say McDonald's still.
The fastest drive-through overall, Taco Bell, KFC, and Carl's Jr.
Whoa, I forgot. KFC did make that jump a couple years ago. They really improved everything. The KFC that I grew up next to down in Crestwood was such a piece of poop, man. I'm telling you, it was so gross.
Well, from the moment you pull in to when you drive off, Taco Bell's average is 4 minutes and 39 seconds. That's a full minute faster than the average.
However, when you're the passenger in the car because it's midnight and you've been drinking all night, that's
not fast enough.
It's not fast. Get me the chalupa in my mouth right now.
So the average time you were in from ordering to getting the food normally is 5 minutes and 43 seconds. That's the overall average. That's not bad either. Actually, compared to 2022, drive-throughs got about 30 seconds faster. The most accurate overall was Chick-fil-A.
I went to that new Panda Express out by us, Manchester, in I guess it's Wildwood.
Yeah.
And,
Ellisville.
And that thing was fast. I don't know if it's because it's brand new.
Maybe it's because it's new.
But it was super fast.
What the heck happened to KFC? They get a new CEO or something like that a couple years ago? Because, I mean, I'm telling you, I thought it was all just going away, if you know what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, they've just had this resurgence of awesomeness.
They're owned by the same company.
Yum.
The
Taco
Yum
Bell and
brands?
KFC
Yeah, but did they get in the fold? Did they finally get prioritized in a board meeting? What the hell happened? I'm telling you, every KFC, even the foreign ones, when I was overseas, it was always like, ooh, how is this place still going?
No, it's
and then now it's like top of the charts everywhere.
They've painted the buildings, too.
The most accurate, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, and McDonald's. Now, for accuracy, they also looked at the top
Who's dead
things.
out now?
Yeah, dude.
They looked at the top things.
They painted a real nice...
They looked at the top things fast food places messed up. And number one is putting ice in your drink when you said no ice.
Because it's all part of the scam, man.
Then
Oops,
it's adding
we
the
gave
wrong,
you ice.
Yeah, then it's adding the wrong ingredients to an entree, like getting pickles when you said no pickles.
Onions. Every time you say no onions, this is my life.
The least accurate places, Arby's, Dunkin', and Hardee's. The least accurate places.
Yeah, that
Hey,
makes
I'm
sense.
happy for Arby's to make it top of the list for something.
At least at Dunkin', though, they usually give you a donut that you didn't ask for, but you didn't know you needed. You know?
What was the third one? I heard Dunkin', Arby's, and
Hardee's.
If Arby's didn't have that onion bun and that cheddar slop, there we go.
So if you go to Dunkin' or Arby's or Hardee's, they're only accurate 82% of the time. So 18% of the time, something is going to be wrong.
At Arby's?
Or all three of those places. Wild, right?
I believe it. I mean, come on. You Arby's defenders out there, I mean, are you even being honest with yourself?
Pile on the meats.
We've got the meats. You've got the runs.
So, yeah, we've got Carl Budding.
They cut him off before he could finish his sentence. The commercial.
Come on, guys. Are you even being honest?
The best food quality went to Chick-fil-A, followed by KFC, McDonald's, Hardee's, and then Dunkin'.
I mean, I could see Chick-fil-A being accurate in quality because they got like 37 people checking you in.
Yeah,
three things on the menu.
Yeah.
It feels like the North Pole. They're like, wow, look at that. There's a lot of people working here.
All the elves working.
I'm sick of Dunkin' not having my damn donut. Like, every time I go through the drive-thru, like, I'm too late. You know, we're sold out of donuts. Well, what do you got back there? We got the munchkins. Well, throw 10,000 of those in a box.
You're going by at noon, right? I mean, like after work, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
yeah,
like
you're
10.
screwed. You're asking for it.
Do you remember when you were in like elementary school and somebody brought in munchkins because it was somebody's birthday?
The
It was the
best.
best.
It's the best.
Oh,
I
just
love a donut hole.
Church Sunday school. Like, you want me to listen? Put one of those boxes down.
Yeah,
Who
give
was
me
your go-to donut hole?
just a glazed one, man. I don't want some
Chocolate-
fancy donut hole.
The chocolate ones.
Here come the Arby's people.
The chocolate frosted ones.
Lay off Arby's. Like, come on, Nick. What are you being paid?
I work at Arby's.
I like Arby's, okay?
You would.
Once.
Once you liked it. Yeah.
No, I like Arby's.
I like Arby's too.
'Cause of how it
Once.
folds?
And then when you finish it, you go, you know what? Cool. Filled the quota for the year. I don't need this again for a long time.
I think
I like the onion bun and
Again-
like the
again.
roast beef and like the cheddar sauce.
What did you hear me not say that? The onion bun and the cheddar slop, whatever that is. That's great. That half-ass nacho cheese kind of thing. I get it. But let's put some actual meat on it that's not it's like 3 times processed. It's the weirdest. It's so weird that that stuff is
I know.
still going
Listen,
well.
I know we got a Lion's Choice.
Never
standing
mind
here.
the
I get it.
Purist.
Never mind the competition. Even when I was a kid, I was like, wow, is this really roast beef? Hell, I'll eat it because this onion bun
I don't know.
cheddar is
It
good.
tasted good. Okay.
I like Lion's Choice better than
we
Arby's
moved in,
too.
when we lived on Daugherty, Doherty Ferry, and there's a Arby's right there.
Right, by the Taco Bell.
By the Taco Bell. First thing I did when I moved into that house was get one of those roast beef sandwiches.
This is my point exactly. Here, this person perfectly said it. I don't like roast beef. I love Arby's. Thank you. That actually proves my point.
All right.
Take it off
I just
the bun.
don't like
Take it off the bun and tell me you're going to put that on anything else.
I don't like when the name of the restaurant sounds like a communicable disease that you have to live with.
Arby's?
It's not Arby's.
Like rabies?
My buddy, sorry he couldn't come. He's got Arby's. He's been living with it for a long time. And,
He's been in and out of the hospital.
yeah, I mean, he's been living with Arby's since he was a kid.
He's had a rough go with Arby's.
He's got stage 3 Arby's.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy smokes, stage 3.
Stage 3 Arby's? Oh.
Yeah.
My condolences.
He's got the meats.
He's got the meats. Going to have to take him out into his shed.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with a quick sports report. It's 9:30. It is Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Roadblock due to a crash 70 eastbound from Cave Springs to Veterans Memorial Parkway. Look out. Your point forecast is partly cloudy, high of 60. Right now it's 39 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Moon, what do we got?
Sports presented by DraftKings, the casino queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings, the casino queen sportbook. Tuesday, Texas led by 10 runs before the bottom of the third, and the Rangers cruised for an 11-7 victory in Game 4 of the World Series and took a 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. Then last night, 12 years after the Texas Rangers last had a chance, they finally got another chance to secure that first World Series championship. David Freese was not there to ruin their night, so they got a 5-0 victory in Game 5 against Arizona at Chase Field. The Rangers went on 11. They went 11-0 on the road during the postseason, and with 3 consecutive wins in Phoenix, claimed the 119th World Series 4-1. The 2023 Texas Rangers is the first Texas Rangers club to claim a championship in the franchise's 63 seasons. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, it'll be the lowest rated World Series ever.
Which is a bummer because those were 2 spectacular teams. Arizona,
Nobody cared.
Arizona blew it. I mean, they left a lot of men on base. I'm sure it's got to be hard. It's got to be one of the most difficult things in sports to lose a World Series, and it's got to be twice as hard to lose it knowing you made a lot of mistakes.
A lot of lopsided games too. That doesn't help. There was like a 9-1 game and a 10-. I mean, it ended up 10-7, but it was like 10-0 in like the second inning.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think it was the Rangers were badass, but Arizona really blew a lot of things.
Unfortunately, America didn't care, and America didn't watch. Lern didn't watch. Certainly.
I had no idea it was still going on. Or who was it? The Diamondbacks and the
Rangers?
Yeah.
It's also November.
Yeah.
We don't need baseball in November. Just saying. Hot take.
It's the October Classic.
Hot take, guys.
The Blues 4-1 lost to Colorado last night. They handed St. Louis its first back-to-back losses of the fall. 5 days after, it lost 5-0 in Vancouver on Friday. 4 different Avalanche players scored goals. Robert Thomas scored the lone marker for the Blues. Jordan Bennington made 24 saves. Legendary college basketball coach Bobby Knight has passed away. Knight's family shared the news in a statement on Wednesday. Quote, "It's with heavy hearts that we share that Coach Bob Knight passed away at his home in Bloomington, surrounded by his family. We are grateful for all the thoughts and prayers and appreciate the continued respect of our privacy as Coach requested a private family gathering, which is to be honored.
Interesting legacy he left.
We will continue to celebrate his life and remember him today and forever as a beloved husband, father, coach, and friend. The General, as he was known as, he had a 902 Division I wins, making him one of the most successful coaches in NCAA history. Knight led Army, Indiana, Texas Tech during his run from 63 to 2008. I remember a lot of those Indiana matches, throwing chairs.
Yeah, he's famous for throwing chairs.
I'm pretty sure he was
throwing chairs across.
Wasn't he the Nick Nolte like inspiration for Blue Chips when he's drop kicking basketballs and stuff?
I would imagine he played into it. Yeah.
I mean, he is famous for throwing chairs across the court.
He played at Ohio State and won the national championship with the Buckeyes in 1961. A lot of people don't know that.
Something happened with him at Indiana where he wasn't invited back.
I think he hit a kid or something.
Maybe that's what it was.
Well, he had that infamous chair throwing incident in '85. Bob Knight was 83.
I think he hit a kid and then didn't come back for years.
Yeah, there was something. It couldn't have been screaming because he did that every day.
Yeah.
So it seemed. Those were the highlights. The Vikings are trading for, reports say the Vikings are trading for Cardinals quarterback Josh Dobbs to make up for the loss of Kirk Cousins. The Commanders are trading star pass rusher Chase Young to the San Francisco 49ers, per multiple reports. The third-round pick changing hands in the deal. Number 2 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft, Young's promising career has been limited by injuries, but blue-chip talent, when healthy, still puts him among the league's most dynamic players at the premium position. Washington dealt Young just hours after sending their other starting defensive end, Montez Sweat, to the Bears in return for a second-round draft pick. Philadelphia 76ers traded James Harden to the LA Clippers on Tuesday. Here's what you need to know. In exchange for Harden, the Clippers sent Covington, Batum, Martin, Morris Sr., and draft picks to the 76ers. Along with Harden, Philadelphia is sending Tucker to L.A. Philadelphia also received a 2026 first-round pick from the Clippers via the Thunder, 2028 first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, and a pick swap from L.A. So there was a lot. Harden requested a trade from the 76ers in June, made it clear from the beginning that he wanted to be sent to the Clippers. So I guess he got his way. 34-year-old guard has not played yet this season, as he was away from the team earlier this month. He rejoined the team on the bench Sunday, was set to practice, and then he gone. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Tonight, Tennessee at Pittsburgh. Don't forget to make your picks. Who we all going with?
I got Steelers.
I'm going Tennessee.
I think I'm going to go Tennessee tonight.
I think the
Steelers have not been looking good.
They have not been looking good, and I think
Pickens is out, right?
2 great,
Trubisky was
not great teams,
the game last
but I
week.
feel like they got a fire, and it's in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
It's in Pittsburgh.
Titans played well, though. They've kind of moved on from Tannehill. They won last week.
I say Steelers win by 2 or 3.
Well, we'll see. Lern, who are you going with?
I don't know yet. I'm really thinking about it.
But make your picks. And somebody's got to tell King Scott to make his pick.
And I don't think it'll be an impressive.
Bobby Knight choked.
Oh, he choked a kid?
He choked the player on video.
Who did?
Bobby Knight. That's what he got fired in Indiana for.
Oh,
He choked the kid on, and somebody got it on video, and then he had a run-in with a student, just like a non-player. I think he assaulted them too.
That's Bobby being Bobby.
Hey.
Bobby crazy.
Bobby crazy. All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. My God, we did a lot of show today. We got 4 more hours tomorrow, and then we're done for the week.
And Gravity Kills is coming tomorrow.
Gravity Kills tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'll believe it when I see him walk through the door.
And we are expecting a charcuterie board.
Yes. The best.
Gravity Kills. Also tomorrow, Rafe's in Memoriam, your Friday Fail Stories. We'll crown the Craigslist Freak of the Week, so who moves on to the semifinals. Vote through Twitter at RIZZ Show. Before we get out of here, got to shout out the hats of the week. Lern.
Yes. Getaway carts. They have every type of golf cart you would want. E-bikes, getawaycarts.com.
And thank you for your donation to the Song Society. Rafe.
Flynn Landscaping, specializing in lawn, landscape maintenance, irrigation, arbor care, and Frontenac, Ladue, surrounding areas. For more information, go to flynnlandscaping.com or call 314-243-6784.
And thank you, Flynn, for your donation to the Song Society. And what about King Scott's hat?
Well, King Scott's hat that's been on Carl is Just In Time Pro. Just in time construction and remodeling. You need a project, they'll get it done. Call them today at 314-570-2000 or reach out to them on Facebook at JustinTime247.
And my head is sponsored by Trimlight Southeast Missouri. Trimlight Southeast Missouri, brighten your world with smart lifetime lighting, serving Southeast Missouri and surrounding areas. They will come to you. TrimlightSemo.com, TrimlightSemo.com. And finally, Moon.
Faster House. Thank you, Faster House. This is your local home buyer. If you or somebody you know has a house that you need sold quickly, Faster House is the place to go. No formal inspections, contingencies, or shenanigans. They'll get you to the closing table, even if the house smells like cats or who knows what it smells like. But go to fasterhouse.com to learn more.
Thank you for your donations to the Song Society. All right, today's podcast is titled
A Soggy Bread Person.
Soggy Bread Person.
A Soggy Bread Person.
Missed anything? Download and enjoy. All right, anything else, guys?
That's it, man. Oh, well, get your punk rock Christmas tickets available on. I mean, there's not too many left. It is starting to go fast, and that's happening December 9th at the pageant. You can get the tickets at the pageant's website or 1057thepoint.com.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From O'Fallon, Missouri, Jarrett Baldwin is our Team Rizz Member
Jarrett.
of the Day. Jarrett wants to hear this song. Here it is, and we will see you tomorrow. Dinah next. Bye.
Energy up.
Hey, it's